top five, top five, top five, top five, top five, top five.
Yeah, girl, you ready to do this? You ready to count this thing down? We're doing the top five, her. Yeah, let's set it off with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ranked Top 5 Lists of Stuff That Don't Matter. I'm your host, Tuong La, and I'm on a farm. I'm farming and digging up dirt because we have a treasure trove full of the most useful food on the planet, maybe the most variety of that you can get out of food. Anyways, I have a bunch of farmers with me today. The first one, now I call him a farmer, but he insists I call him Gambit. It's insane. Angus MacDonald, everyone. Gambit, sorry.
Bonjour, mon ami. Merci for the introduction.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, I'll, the gloves are off. The Gambit gloves have come off, so I'll speak in my normal voice.
Is it the gloves that give you the voice?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
They really tie me to the character, I feel like. Some people say you have to walk a mile in a character's shoes. I prefer to do up close magic in their gloves. You know what I mean? That's more my vibe. We've got a great, amazing topic today, and we've got some very special guests, and I am proud to introduce the next guest on this farm. What better way to pick up potatoes than while hanging from monkey bars and using your blue hairy mutant feet than this team's Hank McCoy, Rich Hilborn? Is that not
Hey, Rich. Wow, this is really turning into an X-Men episode, isn't it?
Yeah, we will force it.
Forget what the topic was. We're just going to do X-Men jokes the entire time. How about X-Man, a.k.a. Nate Gray, who was the son of Cyclops and Madeline Pryor. No, wait, Jean Grey. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's Nathan Summers, who is the son of Cyclops and Madeline Pryor.
You know a lot for someone who only farms potatoes, Rich.
I grew up on a strawberry farm, and now I'm farming potatoes. It's great. It's a real lateral move.
Yeah, exactly. Lateral. Yeah. Rich, it's been so long since you've been on the podcast. I don't even know how long. Gosh. It's,
the last one that I did was Best Aliens, I think.
Oh, wow.
Really? Yeah, I think so.
Because that was in person at my house, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's been a bit since I've been on.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
Pre-pandemic.
I'm still mad about the fact that Superman and the Doctor from Doctor Who didn't make it on, but not as mad as Gareth is still, aka Axe from the Animorphs.
Wow, you're bringing up so many memories right now. Well, Rich, you have to introduce the last guest, who I also don't know how long it's been since she's been on. Was it Aliens too? Were you on Aliens? Okay, I didn't think so. Rich, who's the last guest? The last X-Men.
Our last X-Men on this podcast, of course, is the teleporting and acrobatic nightcrawler of the group, aka Murph.
Guten Tag.
Ooh, that's good.
That is
what a
good.
good German accent.
I don't get an accent. I just like Beast is just regular.
Beast is just American.
And
you could probably find out specifically what state he's supposed to be from.
It feels like Vermont.
Oh, well then you could do Boston. You could do
Boston.
You know what
Boston
state
accent.
Beast is from?
Wait, I actually don't know if that's true.
My guess is Vermont.
I think the last time I did this was also in person at Angus's house.
Oh my gosh.
It was the first time I met Samantha, and we did
Cartoon Crushes.
Cartoon Crushes.
That episode was a banger.
That was
a great episode.
I still think about my Cartoon Crush all the time.
Murph in particular had some banger nominations.
I had some really good ones.
Yeah.
Probably like Robin Hood, the Fox.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What else?
We definitely talked about Robin Hood.
Gerard Butler, his Robin Hood. Did he do one?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Damn it.
And his perfect English accent.
It was a different alcoholic.
No, I'm thinking of Kevin Costner.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Robin Hood. And his great English accent.
There's been a few Robin Hoods, but only one.
I took the bread. It's me, Robin Hood.
Yeah.
That's my Kevin Costner Robin Hood.
I do feel like it's appropriate to have me back for this one. Like, my last name is Murphy. My dad has like is 11 of 13 siblings. Like, we're pretty Irish as a family. And potatoes are for our Ireland.
Oh, do Irish people like potatoes?
Hank McCoy is from Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really do Chicago accent.
Yeah.
I like the Bears.
Yeah, go Bears. It's me, Beast.
I'm from Chicago.
Chicago.
Yes. So this
Let's get a hot dog.
This potato
Professor
episode
X.
is all sorts of things. It's an X-Men episode. It's a way for us to test our bits and accents in a safe space.
And then put it on the internet.
Yeah. But mostly it's a potato episode. Now, this group, holy shit, we've been thinking about this idea, cooking this idea, growing this idea in the dirt for a very long time. I can't even tell you how long it's been since we were we should do this potato episode. I'm going to guess
let me go back.
Since fall 2023.
I think Murph's my guess, I think around the same time. 2022? 21? No, what year is it now? 24. Oh, yeah, 22, I think.
22?
Back in 22.
Oh, my gosh.
No, 23 maybe.
Yeah, that seems more.
I mean, I've been kind of working on this podcast since I was born, which is 1986. So, before Angus was born.
It was before you went to Japan, Angus.
Oh, certainly.
Was it really?
Definitely.
Oh, it must be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flex, thank you for getting it in there. I didn't want to.
You're so welcome.
Do they have potatoes
really
in Japan?
So welcome. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Phenomenal. Amazing.
That's the thing about potatoes is most cuisines use potatoes somewhere. Like a lot of Indian dishes have potatoes as well.
That's what I mean. Potatoes.
Depending on the region, obviously.
In Japan, you can get curry with potatoes in it, and it's delicious.
Are
You can get
potatoes
potato mochi.
one of the best foods out there for like I said this at the beginning of the show, but like truly the variety that you can get out of this one magic thing. I'm holding it right now in my hand.
Tuber. Tuber.
It's incredible. And there's so many different kinds of potatoes. And, Matt Damon grew potatoes on Mars. Isn't that
Mars
crazy?
with his poop. Yeah, we all saw that movie.
We all saw that movie.
Murphy,
you didn't see that movie?
It's like one of the very few movies I haven't seen.
Is it because of Matt Damon? Is it because
of space?
Yeah. Matt Damon growing
Space
potatoes
freaks
with his
me
poo.
out quite a bit.
Space freaks Sarah out as well. Sarah doesn't do space movies.
I remember one time someone was like, which one do you find more freaky, space or the ocean?
Both.
And I was like, the ocean.
100%.
Both the same.
Well, that's interesting.
You can't grow potatoes in the ocean. I'll tell you that.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What potatoes?
Because there's salt in it.
Wait. What do you mean? Do you remember how he grew the potatoes on Mars? He had like a dome of atmosphere.
Oh, so if there's a dome. If there's a dome.
Oh, okay.
If there's a dome.
There must be like a certain depth. I mean, there's a certain depth where humans can't go to because it's too pressurized of the ocean.
Well, you just got to go in a sub.
Yeah, that worked out for
that worked out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man.
Let's swiftly swerve.
Let's bring it back to potatoes. Let's bring it back to potatoes. Now, I want to talk about ground rules because, yes, I've had this list forever. It's been just sitting on my phone, ready to be shared with the world. But, yes, we got to go through ground rules because today's episode is top 5. There's been a lot of different variations of this name, but it's top 5 potato dishes is the final name of it. There's other names that you can say top 5 ways to prepare a potato, top 5. What else did we say? Top 5 potato foods was the other one.
Yeah, we said potato foods, to which I was like, huh?
Yeah. I think no matter what, you're going to go kind of like, what is this topic? But it is.
The idea, The way you put it, Tuong, was, and I kept just saying this to myself, potatoes have to be the star of the show.
Yeah.
Star of the show.
In a lot of my nominations, I'm looking at it now, in almost all of my picks, potatoes are the only actor in the show.
Interesting.
Wow.
But I'm a purist.
Interesting. So here's the thing. Yeah. So for these ground rules, certainly you can nominate things where it's just the potato and the potato is doing all of the work. I would say for potato dishes, if one of the core ingredients is a potato, it's like a co-star, top billed actor, but it's like, there could be something else with it, but you're like, you can't have this dish without potatoes. Then I would be like, that is a potato food. That is a potato dish.
We were talking about this in the chat before the thing, and it's like, if you were imagining this podcast was top tomato dishes, if I said spaghetti sauce and spaghetti, you can't have spaghetti by itself. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
it
you would have to.
Can and did as a kid, but I was a
would-
picky eater.
Yeah, you would have to say tomato sauce because Alfredo sauce.
Of course.
It's gross and it doesn't have tomatoes.
I just thought of something that might get some noms knocked off. I just want to see, okay, does it have to be something you can make at home?
No.
Because some things
No.
are only made in like a factory and we don't have that kind of stuff. Like I'm not making some of these things,
No.
but I like eating them. Okay. Cool.
Definitely
Good to know.
not. Definitely not.
No.
That would narrow it down considerably.
Yeah.
This
What do you
list.
mean? I can make everything on my list except one thing. And
I
it's
do
not
also-
yeah.
I think I
do
know what your
also-
thing is.
I think I also know what your thing is.
Yeah.
I do also want to say, like, this is me being like a bit of a food nerd, but the idea of potatoes is so exciting because potatoes are just a vehicle for like salt and fat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so,
Okay.
like, they're excellent.
For listeners,
I love potatoes.
Murph stood up and really waved her arms around.
It was
Yeah.
emphatic.
It was like a Dead Poet Society type of
yeah.
acclamation.
Oh,
to
potato,
everyone.
my potato. I stood on my swivel chair. There was a moment where, like, it could have gone wrong, but
Here's a question for
Very
you
human.
all. Types of potatoes. Does that factor in to the nomination at all? Or,
Oh, I think I see what you mean.
Not
Not really.
Not
sweet
really, right?
potatoes.
okay.
Not sweet potatoes. Those are yams.
yes,
Hmm?
I didn't
Also-
do anything with
Also,
sweet potatoes.
fuck sweet potatoes. Is that fair?
I don't
You guys
agree
want a
with
fun
that.
potato fact?
I don't agree
Wow.
with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys ready
What's a
for a
fun
fun
potato
potato
fact?
fact? Did you
Yes, I
know
do.
the word potato originally referred to sweet potatoes? And then was
Oh.
like regular, like what we know now as potatoes was like kind of added on. But because there's so many different types
Mhm.
of regular potatoes, that they just like that they made sweet potatoes into sweet potatoes, and then we're like, this is a red potato, this is a yellow potato, this is a white potato.
And you said sweet potatoes themselves aren't even potatoes. They're yams.
They're not. They're yams.
They're yams.
It's
Wow.
interesting that the first thing
There
to
goes
be
my
called
list.
a potato wasn't a potato. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
this is good to know.
What is
Good to know.
the etymology of the word potato?
Yeah,
It's like
let's break
I
this
think
down.
it's Italian.
No, it's Spanish. Mid 16th century from Spanish patata, variant of Taino batata, sweet potato. So interesting.
Looked it
All right,
up.
I like
I really
Get a load
like
of those
patata.
patatas over there.
patata.
Sorry, were you about to say you really like potatoes and etymology?
Yes,
Oh my
Honestly,
gosh.
I like both those things too.
That's why we all get along. That's why we all get along.
Yeah.
that's why we're friends. The X-Men,
Yay.
potatoes, and words.
Ooh.
Question for you all. There is a nomination, which I won't say because it's very obvious and it'll definitely come up, but there are certain variations of, gosh, how do I even say this? I'll probably
I know what you.
yeah,
a specific type of potato
Potato-
dish comes in a variety of forms.
variety of
Just
forms.
one nomination.
Is that-
could be a top
Okay,
five in
You know what
itself.
I mean? Is it one nomination? Is it a bunch?
I
And
think it is.
Okay, so
We're gonna have to
here's what
figure that
okay.
out.
we're gonna have to
So,
figure it out. We don't have
I'm going to use tomatoes again.
Okay.
It's like salsa is a tomato dish. But
Right.
if you were like chips and salsa, I think that's different.
Okay, see, that's what I was thinking as well because
Maybe
I
I'm
have-
not thinking the same thing.
I
We're gonna
think
find
okay,
out, Angus.
let's just go there and we'll
Yeah.
go there.
Yeah, we're gonna
We'll
go,
go
there.
there when
Let's
we
go
go
there
there.
right now. We have a lot of potatoes to dig up on this farm.
Yeah.
We sure
it's,
do.
It's noon. That's an insane time to start the farming day. We're
That really is
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time.
We're
to
not good at our
start
job. We're not good at our jobs.
The hottest.
Rich is the only one who's ever lived on a farm.
Yeah.
The rest of us don't know what we're doing.
Used to have to wake up at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that seems right.
to go
That
pick
seems correct.
asparagus.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, sick!
I thought you
love
lived on a
asparagus.
strawberry farm.
We grew many things.
Oh, okay.
But not
But
potatoes.
But your
Strawberry.
Yeah.
your main export was strawberry.
It was
The
mainly
star of the
strawberry.
show, if you will. The star.
Yeah, the big seller.
Just like every episode of Ranked, we're going to go around 3 times, nominating 3 nominations each, making a master list of 12 and whittling that down to a top 5 potato dishes list. I'll go first. This is the one that I first thought of. This is one that's certainly on Angus's small list, so I'm sorry to... Actually, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not because you have only pure potatoes on your list. So
Not only, but
Okay.
But you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I
Okay,
mean.
my first nomination is a meal. It's a staple in my household where when I have a lot of potatoes in my house, I'm gonna make this dish. And I know you make this too, Angus. I'm sure many people make this dish all over. It is shepherd's pie.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yes. You over there, the one that's standing on the chair. Don't make a speech.
The blue
please.
German person who keeps teleporting everywhere.
Stay still. Okay. Yes, Murph.
When you say shepherd's pie, are you cooking it with lamb or beef?
Oh, wow.
That is a great call out.
Litigious.
Great call out. And I know this is not the right way to do it or the technical way, but I do use beef. I don't have ground.
That's a cottage pie.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I want you to know, Tung, the thing you just experienced just now, that's the same thing I get when I say,
all the time.
Oh, I order my pizza without cheese. And people are like, well, that's not pizza then. And I'm like, okay, what do you want me to call it? It's a flatbread. Oh, okay, cool. So I call up a pizza place and I order a flatbread? Well, no. Oh, okay. Cottage pie. Yes, it is technically a cottage pie.
We can say shepherd's pie.
Can we say
just
shepherd's
being a
pie?
dick.
Yeah, no, thank you. I feel Angus right now.
I was going to say, genuinely, I thought Angus was going to be like, what you're feeling right now, Tung? That's my experience every time I talk to Murph. And I would have been like, that's very fair.
No, I have a delight talking to Murph.
I mean, does anyone have cottage pie on their list?
No, I wrote shepherd's pie as well. And I make mine with steak.
You make yours with steak. That's interesting.
I make mine with steak. I pick like a high quality cut of meat.
Instead of ground beef?
Yes.
Interesting.
I have made it with ground beef, but I like making like a beef stew with a nice high quality steak or like a roasting beef. And I make a big pot of that. And then I do the potatoes and I put a little bit of broth in the potatoes, a little bit of garlic powder, whip those up. And I just put that on top and I get I use the fork. I get nice texture on it so I can crisp up.
Technically a bungalow pie.
Yep, you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah.
It's
a split level pie.
It's a Scottish fish house pie.
Shepherd's pie. I freaking love it. It was one of the first things I learned to make when I moved out of my own house from my parents' place because I never cooked I kind of did, but my parents were just beasts of chefs. They just cooked a bunch of Vietnamese stuff all the time, and I just never had to cook for myself. But the first meal that I wanted to make was something that was like easy for someone who's like, living on a student-ish budget, whatever. Yeah. And if you have potatoes and if you have ground meat of sorts, and then you're getting canned vegetables, that's pretty fucking easy.
Or frozen. Or frozen. Yeah.
I actually made it one time with ground turkey and just made turkey gravy instead, and it was really good.
Oh, that's called something else though.
No, I know that's we call that that's a solitary confinement box pie.
It really is.
No, shepherd's pie was one of the first things that I started getting really good. Like I made that and then I brought it home. I made it and brought some home, and my mom was like, I don't want to make shepherd's pie the way I make it anymore. I want to make it this way.
It felt
really nice.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own kind of way of making it. That's what I've been finding. But Angus, so this is what I was talking about with like the co-star of the show type of thing where you could think of the meat and the veggies that are in it as part of the whole package for sure. If you didn't have the potatoes on it, then that's still edible. But the potatoes.
This is the only thing in my list so far. Yeah. That was not almost entirely potato. Okay. This was the one. This is the line for me. I'm sure we'll find some other things, but the potatoes are integral to this. You really you nail them. You got to nail it.
Yeah. And if
it
you
changes
switch
the
it,
texture.
yes,
it changes the texture.
If you switch it out for something different, it is a different thing. The only thing in my mind was if you put a pie crust, well, that's a meat pie.
That's a meat pie.
It's something completely different.
Yeah.
Do you guys do the fork across your so you get the crispy
do you do
bits?
like a lattice lattice or and I'm always proud when the gravy doesn't. Sometimes I make too much filling and it starts to bubble up
the sides.
If I can get it just right, it feels that feels good. That feels good.
I love that for you.
I agree.
I really love that for you.
Peas, carrots,
ours always
onions.
kind of spills over because Laura's insistent that I use 2 big cans of creamed corn and creamed corn. That's what I mean. People do it differently. Yeah, she will not let me make it without creamed corn. That's how her mom used to make it. I like cream. I've come around.
I've never had cream corn. Is it mixed into the potatoes? Where does the cream corn go?
It's layered on top of the meat, and the potatoes go on top of that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. That's the only way I'll eat creamed corn.
Okay. So fun story. My mother's cooking is excellent, And she did not get it from her mother because my maternal grandfather was a lifelong smoker and had no taste buds. So going over to their house for dinner was like fear factor because you get cooked to death meat and just like canned vegetables that tasted horrific.
Yeah.
And so anytime canned vegetables are brought up, I'm like, why?
It's scarring for you. I understand.
It really is.
So don't invite you to top 5 canned vegetables then.
Absolutely not.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Angus, what do you have as your first nomination?
It's tough. It's tough. Making this list was tough. You know, my list isn't maybe as big as some of my other lists for other episodes have been, but picking those top 3 spots was really tricky. This first nom, I wrestled with it a bit. It might be my favorite potato thing. I don't know. I'm still not sold on it 100%, but I do know it belongs on the list. I do know it belongs out there. And that is the humble home fry.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Home fries.
Good stuff.
Home fries.
So
Good stuff.
this
Okay.
is what I'm picturing. I want to paint a picture for you.
Okay.
Everyone
Not
close their eyes.
Close your eyes. Thank you. Thank you, Murph. Close your eyes. You know, you've sat down for breakfast at a nice diner. You know, you getting like your eggs or your bacon or whatever. But then that last chunk of the plate, you know, a big scoop of potatoes. They're golden brown on the outside. They've got a little bit of a crispy shell to them. You can feel the texture of some spice on them, a little bit of salt, maybe a little bit of a Cajun spice, mon ami, or something like that. And don't open your eyes yet. Mixed in with them, fried with them, sautéed, if you will, little crispy strings of onion. Just simple, beautiful potato. Okay, open your eyes. My mouth's watering.
Oh my God.
My mouth's
That sounds
watering.
really good.
That
Yeah.
does
Really,
sound
really
good.
good.
That does sound good. Oh,
I'm
man.
thinking of
will-
starting an ASMR channel where I just describe potato
Potatoes?
dishes to people.
really good.
I gotta work on lowering my overall volume, but I think I can get there.
You're like yelling at people.
Yeah, I'm a screamer. What
Now
can I say?
picture this.
It's beef.
Home fries. This is I'm glad this came up, and it starts to open up that door that I was talking about very early in the podcast. This whole idea, and now we can say because the word's in it, fries.
Yep.
Those are different.
So, but yes, they're
Those are
different. But they're different. But they're different.
Totally different.
But
totally
now
different.
that the
I'm
word
offended you brought them up.
Well, it's in the name.
It's in the name.
It's in the name. So
It's in the name, I guess.
Yeah.
So fries. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not exactly related, but it's related enough in the way that I want everyone to keep in the back of their head how we're going to bring up fries in this episode, I guess.
Maybe they won't get brought up.
And maybe they won't
get brought up.
Yeah.
They're gonna get
Maybe
brought
they
up.
won't.
They will.
Murph is like, I'm
They'll get
bringing
brought
it
up.
up.
Yeah.
They'll get
Okay.
brought up
Yeah.
over my
I'm very
dead
curious because obviously there's
Yeah.
a huge variety of them.
Fries could be a whole top 5 list,
Yeah.
which we should reunite in 6 years and do.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
6 years.
Yeah. Once we've tried
After
all the
X-Men
fries around the
Apocalypse.
yeah.
Yeah.
But home fries are amazing, and I
Home fries are great.
always pretty much
Yeah,
get them
and you
anytime
know
I
what,
go to a
like-
diner.
Yes. For as much shit as I'll give like a chain breakfast place, like a Broadway's or something, they
Yeah.
do know how to make home fries.
Indeed.
Even though they're not made on site, they're mass
For-
produced.
People in Ottawa, there's a breakfast place that was introduced to me by my in-laws in the Centrum that has amazing potatoes.
No.
It's called Pure and Simple.
Oh
I've
my
been
God.
Their home fries are so fucking good. Murph, sit down.
Can I
Murph,
say-
sit down.
Can I
You can.
say, so Pure and Simple, the first time I went to Pure and Simple, I was in Newfoundland with my cousin, and literally, like, he picks me up from the airport and we go directly to breakfast. That's our jam. And yeah, Pure and Simple home fries know what
fuck.
they are. They fuck. They do fuck.
I'm just saying, they fuck.
They do fuck.
They fuck, and then they make you a wonderful breakfast.
Yeah, yeah.
They do.
That
And that's how home fries
and
are
that's a
made.
very healthy thing to do. You know, you want to be happy.
Fuck and eat breakfast? I think so.
You want to be in a happy space before you eat breakfast. So
Oh,
And you want to
absolutely.
be hungry.
that's it.
I will say there's actually one last thing I want to throw in there just while we're talking about breakfast potatoes in particular. In my life, I have had a lot of bad breakfasts.
Yeah.
I can only think of one time in my life where I didn't finish the potatoes. And they were truly terrible. It tasted like someone ashed a cigarette in them. I'm
Disgusting.
trying to remember where it was. So some shitty diner and we were hungover. We were hungover, and I didn't finish them. Let that sink in for a second.
yeah.
It was
That's
insane.
That means they were truly bad.
But to me, that almost like how crucial they are, at least to my breakfast enjoyment. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Rich. Rich, what do you got?
Hey. All right. Close your eyes.
Okay, everyone close your eyes.
Okay.
You're hanging out. You're at home, right? It's late at night. You're not quite ready for dinner, but you want a little snack. So what do? You go to the pantry and you pull open a bag of potato chips. And you
Of
go
course,
like crunch.
yeah.
Potato chips. My favorite type are either plain or all dressed.
I do love an all-dressed chip.
Yeah.
Plain is good. People
I
sleep
love
on that.
plain.
Like a good kettle, a good like a salty chip. I like barbecue as well,
Mhm.
which I
Yep.
know is.
We did a whole
Nope.
ranking on potato chips. Not too. I mean, I guess it's been
Oh,
a few
well, which
years.
one won?
It was Hard Bites. If you ever had the brand Hard Bites, oh, they're so good.
That's not a flavor of chip.
No, it
Yeah,
was
it's
that one was like
The brand?
Oh, it's brand.
No, the
brand is
of
hard.
chips.
No. Well,
Got
it's
you.
you say the brand and you say the flavor. So the brand was Hard Bites, and
I
the
see,
flavor was it was
that
like
a Leslie
the
pick?
closest thing to like a regular
That sounds
chip.
like Leslie.
Like
Yeah, that's a
normal-
Leslie pick.
Yeah. It
Leslie
was not.
bought me a bag of hard
It was
bites.
not.
Oh, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
wow.
not.
Okay.
It was not. He was on that episode though, and I'll
Wow,
say right
Hard
now,
Bites.
for people at home, I'll tease this out. In a few weeks, you'll see this on the podcast feed at some point. But we are ranking top 5 weird potato chips. Weird potato chips. What are weird
Wow.
potato chips? Here's an example. What about Nicki Minaj chips? What about chips?
What
Is that a
pussy
sorry?
flavored chips?
Is that
Those are
real?
weird chips.
Sorry, did you
Yes.
say pussy flavored?
Yes.
Is that real?
Yes.
Gross.
Weird chips. There are weird chips out there. But I'm
Hey,
assuming
I
Rich is
won't
not.
lie. I'll try them.
That's what I mean.
Why
He's not pulling
Yeah.
out some weird chips, is what I'm saying.
But we're talking today about,
Yeah,
like,
about
the best chips.
About good ones.
Yeah. We want I want here's the thing is I think potato chips are the way that I eat potatoes the most.
Fair.
I think
Fair.
so. I love a good potato chip. And
So do I.
I think that you can put it with a lot of other things. Get a hamburger, have some chips, have a hot dog, have some chips, or you can have it by himself, or some chips and dip if you wish.
Yeah.
I love a Miss Vicky's chip.
Miss
Yeah, they're
Vicky's
They're
just
hard.
They're really excellent.
they're just the right amount.
I agree.
A Miss Vicky's just a red bag. That is the quintessential chip to me.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's good.
I'd rather those than a regular Lay's.
I really like their salt and vinegar chips, like the
Sea salt and
caramel.
malt
Yeah.
vinegar.
Obviously.
Yes.
Has anyone tried the jalapeno ones?
I have. It's
No.
great too.
I have
Pretty
a
good.
fucked up tongue.
Yeah, you probably should. You probably
Right,
should. You
yeah.
are Irish. You should skip those.
You should
ones.
try the
Yeah.
ketchup ones from Miss Vicky's. Those ones are also very good
I
too.
didn't
She
know
has
they-
ketchup?
Yes, they do.
She has ketchup?
She has.
Oh, she
everything.
also has sour cream and onion, which is really
She
good.
does.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a type of chip. I think I got them like Humpty Dumpty brand or something like that. That they have at my corner store every now and then, and I've been getting them when I see them because they're kind of really good. Chicken chips. Have you guys had chicken chips before?
No, but
No.
I've seen a bunch of brands have them.
Pretty good. And actually, when we were in Japan, the thing Murph mentioned earlier, there was in fact some of the best chips we had. Tongue here, I can't believe I didn't tell you. They were Mario brand.
Oh,
And they were
Mario
Pringles,
Excellent.
essentially.
brand? Wow.
And they're better. We came back. I just assumed they were Pringles. We came back and bought Pringles when we were here. Pringles here fucking suck. The Mario
told you
Pringles there, but the Mario flavor was like normal. The Luigi flavor was like it was like seaweed or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the Bowser flavor was like consomme like soup base. It was like chicken flavored. It was really really good. It's amazing. So chicken chips, yeah.
I'll read off, and we'll move on because we have to. But I'll read
Of
off
course.
the top 5 from top 5 chips. 5 hickory sticks. 4 Dorito nacho cheese. 3 kettle honey Dijon. 2 Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar. And number 1 is Hard Bites. It's the all natural one. Rich, you will love those chips. If you like a
Wait,
regular
okay.
chip,
What was the
you'll-
name of the list?
It's top 5 chips.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
because
I'll
there's
go
corn
back.
chips in there. Okay, sorry.
Like the hickory sticks.
No,
No.
the
No,
Doritos.
no,
Oh,
the
Doritos are corn.
Oh yes.
But I get what you mean. It was just chips. I love hickory sticks. I love that hickory sticks made it up there. They're great.
And yes, we should move on, but I will say because it's already kind of I had potato chips on my list too, which is why it was so hard to name this episode. Because are potato chips a dish? We're gonna say yes for this episode. You could prepare it.
It's
but
almost like, hey, top 5 ways to serve potatoes because you can serve chips.
yeah. Murph. First nomination.
Okay. I also struggled with this because my diet currently is carbs and carbs and carbs and carbs, which includes potatoes. Okay. I have to say it because anytime it's on a menu, I want it. I'm going to say poutine.
Wow.
Okay.
It is. I'm trying to think the last time I had a really memorable poutine. Oh, it was when we were in Toronto and we went to 5 different bars to see if they would let us in. And then we found one and I was very high and they had poutine on the menu and I was like, excellent, good. This
I
this
remember
caps
that.
off the night.
Yeah.
What do you like on your
fries in that bar
poutine?
were good.
I'm pretty regular. I do like a regular poutine. And if I'm going to spice it up, I will put pulled pork.
You're a what?
I'm regular
Did you not hear
degular.
her the first time, Rich?
God,
A Star Wars character's name.
Regular. I'm sorry. Man, that must be a
That's
German
a first for
phrase.
me too. Yeah.
My name
Yeah.
is Regular Degular. From the planet of
Oh, that's gonna like tickle me at like 2 a.m.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
I used to eat
Wake up
poutine all the
cackling.
time, especially living in Ottawa, where when you go downtown, you're going out for the night in the town, and Smokes Poutine is right there, and you have all sorts of crazy combinations that they used to do back. Well, I'm sure they still do that. I haven't been to Smokes in forever.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Sorry, I'm lying. So a thing that the mainland doesn't do, that Newfoundland does, is you can get dressing on your chips. So you could get like fries and gravy, and they put like, it's not like Thanksgiving dressing, but it kind of is. So you just get like
nice.
like little, they're bigger than breadcrumbs, but smaller than like croutons.
Just more carbs on top though. I dig
Yeah.
that. I dig that. I
And
like
you
the
can get-
texture of that too.
And you can get that on your poutine as well, which I always do whenever I go back to Newfoundland. But yeah, I mean, it's not a thing on the mainland, and I think y'all are deprived.
You talk about that like you're not on the mainland right now.
I know. I also talk like someone who's like, I was born in Newfoundland. I wasn't.
No.
Real quick on poutine. I myself not a poutine guy, but I gotta give big ups to poutine. We could talk. I could mention this on the pod. My wife is currently pregnant,
Oh.
and Murph
I
didn't
didn't
know.
fucking know that.
Murph. Yeah, so my wife is pregnant and has been going through terrible nausea where she can't eat certain things and she's got to take all this anti-nausea medication and stuff like that. She can't eat meat. She can't eat all this stuff, all these restrictions. But there are 2 things that I can make for her or get for her when we order food. One is noodles and the other is French fries. So she is living off fries and gravy right now. And it's great. It's good. It's good stuff. So I like that poutine is there for us.
Absolutely. I enjoy it too. And I don't have it as much as I used to, but it is a nice, it always feels a little naughty. It feels a little naughty sometimes, and I do like it.
I can only imagine cheese makes it better for people that eat cheese. Fries and gravy is just the fucking best.
Yeah, well, the gravy,
Really,
like honestly, I like the gravy
And you-
more than the cheese for a poutine, but I will.
No, and I get it, but you
yeah.
wouldn't call fries and gravy. You wouldn't call that poutine, and I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
It is the best food for, I don't drink anymore, but it is the best food for when you are drunk and or high and or
And
sober.
or high. And or high.
Just all states of life.
Sorry, one last thing about like my poutine thing is that like I used to like work at a place that had like a combination Swiss Chalet Harvey's,
Okay.
and at the time you could get like the poutine from Harvey's, but then they would use Swiss Chalet sauce as instead of gravy. It was so good.
God, that's a good idea.
That sounds excellent. I don't like chalet sauce, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very happy
People are
for you.
freaks about chalet sauce. I'm not one.
I
of
love
them, but
chalet sauce.
Laura is super into chalet sauce. Her whole
I
family.
hate
Chalet sauce and Arby's sauce.
Cream corn and chalet sauce. That's our 2
Yeah.
things.
All right, let's go
drink it.
into
All right,
round
let's keep
2.
going.
Round 2
Fuck, that was
here.
a long first round.
It was, but
We'll go fast.
We'll go fast because my next nomination. What else is there to be said about pierogies?
Oh, that's
okay.
excellent.
Oh.
Now, Pierogies, oh fuck, man, I love them so much. We buy them at Costco sometimes, and there's a special, like, there's someone who works a station. There's like 2 of them who's always just dishing out pierogies at Costco.
Excellent.
And they're
Excellent.
like, they come in every once in a while to, like, you know, sample their wares, and they're like, these are the flavors we have this time. And that's the cool thing about pierogies, because fucking dumplings rule. And they're essentially Polish dumplings.
They are Polish dumplings.
And filled with potatoes and all sorts of stuff. You can get like bacon in them. You can get broccoli and vegetables in them. More types of cheese. That doesn't appeal to Angus, but
That's okay. I get it.
But the cool thing is there's just so many different types of flavors of pierogies you can get. So there's probably a pierogi for everyone. And that's also like a nice little thing that I used to do when I was like, you know, younger, living in my late teens or early 20s, was like, you know, after a party, so easy to just fry up some pierogies and just mash down, I don't know, 10, 12 of them and watch The Simpsons. It was amazing.
Nice.
Pierogies.
It's also great because not only do you have like the pierogi, but you can dip them in sour cream, and that just
I'd
I
even
love
say the
sour
sour cream part
Or
of it.
creamed corn.
or creamed corn.
Creamed corn.
Yeah.
No, I had really good bacon potato, no cheese, bacon potato pierogies a while back, and they were pretty good. I really liked them.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I can dig pierogies.
Love pierogies.
Pierogies.
Do you guys like them fried or boiled? 'Cause I know some people do boiled.
Fried.
Fried.
Fried
If I,
does.
get, if
you
I
get a
can
little-
get
little
them
bit of
fried, I
crisp.
want them fried.
Yeah.
I want
okay.
them fried.
I've done them boiled a number of times, but that was because I was lazy to like, it was kind of just like, you can let water boil. That's really easy, less maintenance. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
frying something is not that much harder, but it was to me back in the day.
Higher stakes. You got to be more on the ball there. It's a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
more active cooking.
Yeah. Angus, we'll move on to you. Keep things flying here.
I got a simple phrase here for you guys. Potatoes. Boil them, mash them. End of sentence. Mashed potatoes. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, good shit, good shit.
Now I know this is where like, to each their own. A lot of people I feel like mashed potatoes is kind of deceptive. Like, a lot of people do them kind of differently. Like, for example, my in-laws, when they make mashed potatoes, they whip way too much butter in them for me, and I don't like it. But I used to eat really dry potatoes before then. You know, put gravy on them. I then started, when I was living here or living on my own, I started putting like some kind of broth or stock in them. It's the best. If you're making like a turkey, the last time I made a big turkey, I took some of the juices from the turkey and mixed them in with the potatoes, kept them nice and fluffy, and they tasted a little bit like turkey. And I added a little bit of garlic powder in there. Real good. Some
I
people
just made
do
some mashed potatoes like an hour
chives.
ago, and that would have been cool.
I had mashed potatoes
Nice.
for
I
dinner.
love mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes are like the most excellent example of like potatoes are just a vehicle for fat and
Yes.
salt. Because
Yeah.
like thinking of all the ways you could prepare mashed potatoes, like a lot of people will like boil milk and they'll put like
A lot of people.
get out of here. And they will flavor their milk with like herbs and garlic. So then when they mix it into their mashed potatoes, or I've heard people do like just butter and like Dijon mustard.
Man, I'm so lazy when it comes to my mashed potatoes.
Hey, I got something. So I would love. My favorite thing to put on potatoes is gravy of some kind,
Yeah.
like gravy on mashed potatoes. But did any of you? I feel like it's a dad thing, maybe. But my dad used to put ketchup on his mashed potatoes. Has anyone seen that before?
Yeah, my dad does that.
Your dad does that too. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe
It's
that
not
people
for
do
me,
that,
but, like, yeah.
I would
Yeah.
not. I wouldn't do that. I just
Although-
like them on their own, honestly.
Yeah,
most of the
it's
time.
weird though because I'll put ketchup on French fries, but I
Yeah.
won't put it on mashed potatoes. I don't
Tomatoes,
know. Why.
like it adds like a vinegariness.
Yeah.
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 Although like the thing in my family was like pickled beets on mashed potatoes.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's
Just
wild.
like, yeah, what is the brand that I'm thinking of that has the I in it, but the I is a pickle?
Lassic. It's the
No.
only pickle brand I can think of, but I guess it wouldn't be pickled beets. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Sure.
They sell all sorts of pickle stuff, but yeah, like they have pickle beets, and pickle beets are always in our fridge no matter what. And then you put your pickled beets on top of your mashed potatoes, and the juice gets into the potatoes, and then you
I would
eat them.
try it,
And your
but I'll
your
be
potatoes
honest,
turn purple.
doesn't sound very good. But I would try it for you, Murph. I would try it.
That's nice.
Um,
That's nice.
Yeah, what are your thoughts? And I know the answer already, but I'm curious because some freaks out there love it. Instant mashed potatoes.
I like them.
I've never had instant mashed potatoes.
I think they have their place.
Okay.
Right?
What's the
Like-
place? What's the place?
Garbage. No, yeah.
I mean, hey, I have ADHD. And so, like, if you're a person who needs food and the fastest way for you to get to mashed potatoes is instant mashed potatoes, then I'm not
Yeah.
going to shame you for that.
No
Yeah.
shame at
But,
all.
like, they're not better than.
They're not even
Actual.
close to regular.
I thought for a second you were going to say, but like, let's be real, get hell.
And she's looking at Rich right now, which is.
No, it's
that
fine.
makes sense. Tongue, do you have a strong feeling on instant potatoes?
I only had them once when Laura one day, like years ago. When
Laura's popping up a lot.
I know,
this
I
episode.
know. She has, now that I bring it up, she has some weird taste as well. She was like really craving instant mashed potatoes, and I'm like, that's a weird thing because in our household, never happened. And then I just was seeing what it was all about, and it comes in a little box and stuff like that. And I don't know, it's just all concerning to me. Just that it's not a I envision potatoes in a certain way, and when it comes in like a KD looking box, something's wrong.
Yeah. I think they're like instant mashed potatoes are great to have in your house for if you're like sick and you need something really plain fast. Or it could be like a time
You
saver.
can put stuff on them. Like,
Also-
I know you can. But if I'm going to the effort of like, I want to put some nice stuff on stuff, I want real potatoes.
I
All right.
love that you talk to your potatoes like a serial killer. Also,
I'm going to put stuff on you.
I'm gonna put. Also, fun fact: if you're on a movie set and they need to make a bunch of fake snow, sometimes it's fake potato. It's potato.
Yeah.
Same with ice cream.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Same if there's like an ice cream dish,
Oh, yeah,
it's
'cause it
usually
wouldn't melt.
potatoes because
Oh,
it wouldn't
that's
melt
right.
under
Wow.
the light. I also
Oh.
think like instant mashed potatoes could be a time saver if you're doing like a shepherd's pie, cottage pie during the week.
I would never ruin
it's not a bad idea.
my
Less
all,
dishes.
all the effort that I
Sorry,
put into
tongue,
a
I'm
shepherd's
really
pie
sorry.
with an instant
Really
mashed
sorry.
potato.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's the name of our improv group is Instant Mashed Potatoes.
Yeah, that's good.
No,
I'd be so down.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the four of us could wreck. We'd be great.
We be good.
Yeah.
Rich, what do you have as your second nomination?
Okay, so I always like to have like one weird one. So I'm gonna bring this up, and I don't know if this is gonna count, but I'm gonna assume it does. Fish and chips.
No. Here's the
Interesting.
thing. And-
Interesting.
okay,
Oh,
here's why.
interesting.
Here's why.
Like,
Mhm. Go
because
ahead.
the fish flavors the chips.
I'm
yes,
listening.
but you could take away the fish. Like you could take away the chips and still have fish. Like people get battered fish on its own all the time.
Yeah, but like, you could also take the cheese and the gravy away from poutine, and it's still like, and you could eat the cheese curds by themselves.
Yeah, but then that's
Yeah.
not poutine. Like the main part of the poutine dish is French fries.
Yeah, and I'm saying that fish and chips, one of the main parts is the chips. Like it's part of the dish. It's we're getting like shepherd's pie was allowed.
But shepherd's pie, like
But it
Again-
wasn't. But
again,
shepherd's pie wasn't
shepherd's
called stew and mashed potatoes. On
Like,
top. You know what I mean?
go back-
There's an ampersand in the middle there that
To
really
go back-
delineates the two ingredients.
to go back to your tomato analogy,
Yeah.
you wouldn't say that like,
Chips and salsa. Chips and salsa.
Mm-hmm.
but salsa would be the main. I don't know.
Counselor Angus, what do you think?
It's tough. It's tough. It's tough.
I'm
Tough bailiff tongue.
yeah, thank you. I am inclined to say it's
tough,
okay.
man.
Yes.
I'm inclined to say it's okay because it is a potato. Well,
Okay, here's
Fuck,
the thing.
it is tough.
Here's the thing.
it's a dish,
I-
certainly.
I'm okay with it being nominated.
Oh, it's not going to make
I
the
just
list.
I just want Rich to know. It's just like, well, if we're fighting over it this much, you have a chance to swap it out for something else. I
Dude, okay,
I definitely
if you don't
get
want to let
those
it,
arguments.
I can pick another one. I
Well-
have a list. I'll pick another one. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not like married to fish and chips. Like I was just
Okay,
like, oh
well
man.
then what's that
That's
picture in the
true.
background?
It's
if I
Rich
was married-
Hilborn, not
if I was
Rich
ma-
Fish and Chips.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Because they're not the
you know
same
what?
as French fries.
Okay.
I agree. That's what the thing.
They're
I
not the
agree.
same as French fries.
That's
like
what I was gonna
Like
say.
they're wedges.
So
but
absolutely.
They're pub style. Yeah, they're pub
And
style
come with
chips.
a little
And
bit
there's
of
like a-
citrus.
and
Can
there's
I
a
be
style of
vulnerable
eating
with you
them
guys
with
for a
the
second?
newspaper
You
and
can.
everything.
You
Yes.
can be vulnerable with us.
I've never had fish and chips.
Oh,
Wow.
I figured.
I don't
really-
really like
Couns-
fish.
Counselor Angus
I
does not
figured-
count in this
So,
argument here.
I will
I'm-
recuse myself. Or whatever the
I'm
right
fine
word is.
with. Yeah, I'm also fine with like it being nominated, but like.
I'm gonna make an argument for it. You guys are gonna love
Okay,
like this.
let's
fish
keep
and
it.
chips thing.
Let's keep it.
Let's do it.
I think we should keep it. I think it's a dish.
I agree.
Would I call it a potato dish per se? It's hard, but then again, you can't have fish and chips without the chips because then it's
Yeah.
just fish. And
Then it's
when
just fish.
Then you order it. When you order it on a menu, there's a certain connotation and
I'm thinking about a
expectation
chippy.
that you get when you get fish and chips.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
and
okay.
the, and the chips are a
That's
certain
true.
way, and chips are
Yeah.
And what, like
Yeah.
vinegar,
And, like,
usually
there's-
something,
Yeah.
or tartar sauce? Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you get like it's and like also like you know it's like the style of how it's made. Like
Yeah.
you know it's wrapped
Yeah.
in newspaper. It's the whole thing.
That's what I'm
together.
thinking of. Like I'm thinking of.
It's wrapped in newspaper.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That's what I like. That's the
There's
thing.
ink
that's,
on your chicken. Oh, sorry, on your fish. Sorry, go ahead, Murph.
That's what I was thinking of as well. I wasn't thinking about like a sit down restaurant.
Mhm.
I was thinking about like a chippy.
Yeah.
Yeah, from like a truck.
Yeah.
Okay, fish and chips. It's counting.
Okay.
Okay.
Murph.
Okay.
What do you have? What's your weird one?
What's my weird one? Hold on. Do I
There
have
was
a weird
one you said you were going to force into the conversation. Is it time?
Oh,
is
that
time
was because I thought someone was gonna. Maybe it'll.
now?
Still
No, maybe
happen, so
we'll
I'm
wait.
not gonna
We'll
say.
wait. We'll wait. Okay.
Okay. Gnocchi.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I love a gnocchi.
What is gnocchi?
Yeah.
So it's classified as a pasta,
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought
but
so. Okay.
it is instead of flour, it's potatoes.
Potato,
so
yeah.
they're almost like little potato dumplings.
Yes.
And
They're
then
very
you-
pillowy. They're very like.
They're very pillowy.
Yeah.
Oh wow, they look
you-
really good.
Yeah, you can boil them. I would suggest boil them and then fry them.
Yes.
They look like puffed up Captain Crunch.
Okay.
You got me. At,
It does.
you know.
But they don't cut the roof of your mouth. Anyway.
I don't think I've ever had Captain Crunch.
You know, Angus, I think that's an apt description now that I'm thinking
Thank you.
about it. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
they
you.
Taste nothing like Captain
They
Crunch.
look good though. So okay, so they're like I would they look really interesting. So you could do whatever sauce you want with it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You'd kind of do it like a pasta.
Yep.
Oh,
They're basically
that.
mini potato dumplings without the filling of anything because it's just
potato on the
potato,
Oh,
but it's
And then
very
you-
soft and pillowy is the best way to describe it.
Yeah,
Okay.
like you fry them up, so you boil them, they float to the top, and then you fry them off so they're crispy on the outside, but they're still
Ooh.
soft on the inside. And then you can fry them up with whatever. I made a gnocchi dish the other week. It was like shallots, garlic, gnocchi, bacon, peas.
Holy shit.
so if I just took tater tots and covered them in
Absolutely
tomato
not.
sauce, okay.
Because tater tots are breaded.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Tater tots are breaded.
Wait, no, that's potato on
Yeah.
the outside, isn't it?
No.
No,
That's bread on the outside. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
like a chicken nugget.
No, my world is caught. They look nothing like chicken nuggets.
I'm gonna kill you.
Do you
Imagine
know what a tater tot is?
imagine a home fry.
Yeah.
Okay, a home
It's
fry
a, it's a bunch of
purely,
little tiny cubes
Listen.
squished together. Okay, I'm listening.
A home fry is purely potato,
Mhm,
and then to make that a tater tot,
mhm.
you coat it in egg and flour, and then you fry it, and that's a
Wow.
tater tot,
Yes.
Wow.
That's
like
how
a
it,
chicken nugget.
that's how it
That's the
gets its
same thing
crispy
you would
outside.
do with a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow. This isn't even on the list.
Wow. Yeah. I started typing. I started typing. I meant to type in "Are tater tots breaded?" but it auto completed to "Are tater tots healthy?" which is a pretty sad thing to Google. It's like,
Yeah.
no, of course
I don't
they're
want to
not
know
healthy.
that.
Put
And I
them on
know-
a Caesar salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. Sure.
I don't know about that.
Gnocchi's awesome. And yeah, if you haven't tried it, well, obviously you wouldn't have it really on its own, but it complements a lot of dishes for sure.
That does sound.
Yeah.
I'm going to try gnocchi.
Yeah. You can
You
buy them at any
should.
store
They're
and it
good.
comes in like a little vacuum
A
seal.
can?
Well,
Oh.
yeah. Yeah, can vegetable.
Yeah, there is. You can buy pre-made gnocchis at the grocery store. They come in like a little bag,
Yeah, a
and
little
you
bag.
can just toss them right
Exactly.
into a frying pan to
They're
crisp
pretty
them up.
cheap. They're pretty cheap.
They're pretty cheap
Yeah.
and great. Fry them up with whatever.
Let's go to round
Sauce.
three. Round three, the final round of potatoes. Let's do this. My last nomination. A lot of the good ones are already taken. I will not do tater tots, sorry, even though that was on my list. I'm going to go with something that we haven't had yet on this list, and that's a soup.
Oh,
Potato
yeah.
soup?
Potato leek soup.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a potato
good
leek
shit.
soup. There's a few potato soups out there, but there is soups in general are very comforting. And potato leek soup, hey, I'm not mad about it ever anytime I have it. And it's just nice.
Excellent.
It's good. Yeah.
It's good and nice. I
good
am
and
very
nice.
particular about my soups. I'm not like a broth with stuff in it soup type person. I like a blended soup. So potato leek soup is excellent.
It's a simple
So
soup.
good.
It's a simple
You're
soup.
you're not a broth with stuff in it soup person.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, please get really close to the mic. Go ahead.
Do you want to fight each other?
No, I don't want to fight you. I just want to understand you.
Like a chicken
So-
noodle soup would be a broth
So
and
chicken
stuffing.
noodle
Yeah.
soup, no. But like
Yeah.
a pureed soup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So potato leek soup is essentially
Yes.
it's a pureed
Oh,
soup.
potatoes.
Although
and leeks,
I will amend, if you could call ramen a soup, I'll eat
Yeah, I love ramen.
you should listen to the soup episode that we did a long time ago because your boy fought pretty hard for ramen. If I remember
There's
correctly.
so many episodes of this show. Good
Yeah,
There's
I
a
know,
lot.
right?
There's a lot. Yeah.
I forget. I forget ones.
Like,
that
I'm
was
just like,
on all
I'm just
the
like,
time.
man, we're just, it's just like, oh, what there's an episode that was just top 5 mashed potatoes.
You know, I could go on a side tangent here, but there's so many episodes of the show that when I'm in conversations with people in life and at work and stuff like that, they'll bring up something and I'd be like, I have an episode about that. And then I'll fucking plug myself just shamelessly. And they're like, I just imagine what they're thinking, just rolling their eyes, be like, oh my God, what does this guy not talk about? And the answer is, sky's the limit, baby. We'll talk about anything. We're talking about potatoes, for God's sake.
Question about potato leek soup.
Yes.
The last time I had it, it was in a very small bowl, and it was kind of like an appetizer before the main meal. Is that generally how you guys have it, or would you guys have a big steaming bowl of it?
I think you can do both.
Big nod
that's
from
soup,
Murph.
right? That's
with
soup.
with bread on the side.
With bread on the side, yeah.
That's a fucking meal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sourdough
Dip
bread.
the bread in it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, wait. Would you eat it from a bread bowl?
No,
Yes,
I don't like.
I've had it from a bed bowl. It's really good.
I would try it on a bread
I
bowl.
love a bread bowl. I
I honestly
love
have
a
never
bread
done
bowl.
too many bread bowls in my life, so.
I miss them. I miss them.
It's
Tim
like that
Hortons.
Seinfeld bit. You love it when you look down and there's nothing there.
Yeah, potato leek soup. How about we go on to Angus? What is your final nomination?
Well, shit, guys. I thought I was going to get to do my weird one. Maybe I will do my
Do
weird
it.
one.
Do it.
Do it.
Fuck it. We're not going to get the one that's everyone expecting. That can be its own top 5 list. That can be its own
Yes.
top 5
Oh.
list. You know what I mean?
Correct.
That's what I'm saying.
that
Tom.
one, that one.
That could be its own list, and we should totally do it in person and eat a bunch together.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I don't know how we do
I don't know
it.
if
We'd
we
have
can
to
get
order from a
12
bunch
of
of places.
them, though. Anyways, it's fine.
Yeah, anyway.
12
12 different styles?
Crinkle cut.
Yeah, we can.
Well, okay. Well, Rich and Murph still have
okay,
their nomination.
anyway.
See what if it
Anyway.
might show up.
You guys might have to Google this one because I didn't realize this is what this way it was called. But it is I think, a great way of serving a potato. I am nominating a Hasselback potato.
Hasselback.
Take a moment. Go ahead and Google Hasselback potato. Or
I
better
know what
yet,
that
close your eyes and let me describe it to you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I've
like that
had
better.
these.
You take a potato, you wash it, leave the skin on, cut any imperfections
Sexy.
off. You wash it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You take a knife and you dry it. You slice down, but you don't cut through the whole potato. You cut through like 95% of it, leave a little bit attached at the bottom. And you do that. You do thin slices. You take maybe a bit of butter, or you take some oil and maybe some garlic or any of your favorite spices, and you mix it with a little silicone brush, and you wipe that, you caress, you lather the potato in oil, and as you put it in the oven, you put some love on it, you blow it a kiss, and then you let it heat in the oven for probably 40 minutes, the 350 degrees, and it starts to gently open. And it becomes a series of potato discs that are seasoned and spiced and still attached into what I like to call a Hasselback potato.
Can we open
You
our
like
eyes?
to?
Please, you go, Bears.
You like to call it that, or everyone calls it that?
That I just found out that's what that's called recently.
I looked it up too.
I saw Hasselback and was like, oh, I love those.
Yeah, they
So
look
like a
like
baked potato.
No.
Okay, wow.
No, because
Sorry.
because like a baked potato, like you don't put like oil, like you're baking a potato, right? And then I guess you kind of open it up and you put some toppings on it. This is like a fried potato.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Google it. Google Hasselback potato.
It looks
and our listeners
like a
should do it too.
croissant.
Yeah.
It looks
does
like a
kind of
croissant.
look like a croissant. And you can put, and that's the beautiful thing of it. This one too is it's a great delivery system. It seems like there's a
Oh my
lot of
God.
right.
I'm looking at porn.
Yeah, free porn.
Hasselback potato.
Lots of back.
might be a better improv team name.
Yeah.
Can we get a suggestion? We are Hasselback potato. Can we get a suggestion for something that sounds like porn but isn't?
This looks
Yeah,
good. This looks good.
It's good.
Is this the one that
it's
you
a hard-
don't make for yourself, Angus? You say, or
No, chips was the one that I
Yeah,
don't make for
chips is
myself.
good.
Chips are generally mass produced in a factory, but I liked the nom. You won me over. These I have tried to make. I've never gotten them to look as good as they do on Pinterest or Instagram or whatever. But it's a great way to eat a potato. It's kind of like a bunch of chips, but not really, because they're a little softer, right? But yeah, no, God, my mouth is watering looking at these.
yeah, they look good.
But the beauty of this is, it looks like you can kind of do it with any kind of potato. Generally, it looks like it's a golden potato, but I'm seeing some sweet potatoes done with it, and it just kind of like looks like you could kind of put whatever you want on it. Looks like there's lots of sour cream, chives, peppers, cheese on some of these. I wouldn't be opposed to putting gravy, just a little bit of gravy on one. You could put a little cheese in the openings.
Yeah, I'm seeing a
What'd you
lot
say?
of chives on this, like at
What
least.
are you saying, Murph? What you got?
Nothing.
No, what do you want to put on a Hasselback potato?
Let's move on.
All right.
No, it does look good, and it looks like it's something. Well,
It's also very aesthetically pleasing. Now that I'm looking at it,
it's not an appetizer.
You're
Would it?
aesthetic.
aesthetic.
You could
no.
have it on the side of something. Like
I
if
feel like
you
it's
had a
a side.
steak
It's a side, right?
and a Hasselback potato, that'd be a good meal.
Yeah, like mashed potatoes. It would be like I'd eat this with like a steak. Yeah, did you say a steak? A steak would be
I
perfect
sure did.
for this. Or like I think a steak would be the best thing to pair with this. But you could also
But you
do
could
like
you could also have it by itself.
oh totally, or like a chicken breast, or anything really.
Yeah.
Fish,
Salmon
maybe?
fillet.
I see some bacon bits on top of this.
Some bacon bits would be
and
good.
sour cream. You could put anything on this back. Anything you want.
Little breakfast version, put maple syrup on it. I bet it would be good.
Rich. What do you got?
So I feel like this is going to be a controversial choice. I'm going to say this because it's one of those things that, like, when I eat it, it reminds me of my grandmother.
Is that the controversial bit?
No, it's that, like, I feel like a lot of people don't like this, and I'm going to say it: scalloped potatoes.
Oh, I love
Yes.
scalloped potatoes.
Yeah,
Agreed.
scalloped potatoes are great. I love it. It's like
Angus, you won't like them.
no,
I don't like them. I've had them. I've tried them. I've had them thrust in front of me many times. I've tried
As
them
a
several
child.
times. Yeah.
They're not for me.
I
They're not
love
for me.
scalloped potatoes. My grandma used to make them a lot. They're really, really good. It's very much like a sit down dinner kind of a thing, and I feel like it really has to be like homemade. I've never had it really good in a restaurant before, but it's like very
They're
like
not
it
called
has,
scalloped potatoes in a restaurant.
what are they called in the restaurant? Oh, potatoes.
Gratin.
Yeah, but I really like scalloped potatoes. I really like how like they're really creamy. I really like how they, you can put like garlic and onion and like cheese and stuff. It's great.
What? No, just continue. I want to hear about the creamy potatoes.
Yeah, they're great.
No, I do like them too.
Scalloped potatoes.
Yeah.
Is it scalloped? Scalloped?
No,
Scalloped.
it's not scalped. No,
Scalped?
Scalped.
It's
No.
SCOLLPED.
It's A.
Sculpted?
A?
SCALLOPED. Scalloped. Oh damn.
Oh, scalloped. Yeah.
Murph,
I spelled it wrong.
Murph, you're doing
Murph,
sign language on an
Murph's
audio
doing on
podcast.
an audio podcast.
Just for you guys.
Thank you. You could have done anything. I would have believed you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
I'm pretty.
I
recognize
also
a few of
like
those
that
signs.
it's kind of like the lasagna of potatoes.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's a great way to put it. I
So
really
it's like a
like that.
casserole sometimes, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you-
really,
you-
You put
it's
it in
like
a casserole
layers.
dish, or like a
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
it is
glass,
layered.
Yeah, glass
Cool.
bowl, glass
Potatoes.
dish.
What
yeah.
do you layer it with? Just like more cream
Cheese.
and onions and
Yeah,
cheese.
cheese,
Cream and cheese.
onions. Yeah, like what?
But
like,
not cream cheese.
Oh, certainly not.
Okay.
Certainly
Cool.
not.
No, that wouldn't bake well.
No.
Okay.
Murph, bring us home. What's your final nomination?
Okay. I'll say a controversial one. Why not?
Yeah, do it.
Fish cakes.
What are
Yeah.
fish cakes?
So you take a bunch of potatoes,
Yeah.
you take some fish,
Yeah.
and you take some egg to make like
Yeah.
a binder. and you put them together in like a little patty.
Oh,
and then
I've
you
had
fry 'em
fish
off.
cakes.
Yeah, me
I've
too.
had fish cakes. I like fish cakes. I don't have
I
them
know,
often at
Angus.
all.
I understand.
I see Angus's face. Yeah, he's just
It's
like,
it's not for Angus. And yeah, fish cakes are a big like Newfie thing. And when we do a lot of like Newfie brunches at our house for like the family we have in Ottawa, and there's always fish cakes.
Wow. So it's like a potato pancake kind of thing, but with fish in it.
Yeah, and not as flat.
Not as flat, a little thicker.
Yeah, yeah.
kind of
Imagine like
appetizer.
More cake-like.
imagine like a burger patty,
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
that kind of deal.
But like,
Okay.
it's smaller than that for sure. More like a.
I think there's different, but
No,
like,
it's not?
sizes
Oh.
because
Is there?
I've had those like the little tiny ones.
Oh, I'm
you're
thinking the
thinking
tiny
of,
ones, yeah.
But like as an appetizer.
Yes.
What do you
that's-
put on it?
So what do I put on it?
Yeah.
Baked beans.
Baked beans.
Because normally when I have them,
Wow.
I'm having them in like a Newfoundland setting.
Sure.
And so normally there's like baked beans with it. There's like bologna, toutons, all that
Bologna.
stuff. Bologna.
I like it.
I haven't had a fish cake in forever, but I would definitely have one now. I'm hungry. How about we take a break? A
Okay.
break? We'll be right Hasselback. And
Beauty.
Thank you.
Beauty.
You know, I'll end it there. See you guys soon.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to live in a city full of superheroes? To literally see people fly across the sky? Crap.
What are you up to, Angus?
Oh, hey, Sal. I'm trying to record an ad for the podcast.
Heroes don't do paperwork?
Yeah, that one.
Need any help?
Yeah, actually. I'm just trying to tell people about the show, about how you and I work at a newspaper in Super City, and how we interview various citizens, from the people we call neighbors to the city's greatest heroes. But I'm having trouble wording it.
You could just use that section you recorded and put that in.
Huh. Yeah, I suppose I could. Thanks, Sal.
Don't worry about it. I'm off to the office supplies store. It got hit with a shrink ray, so everything is 50% off. Want to come?
You know what? I kind of do. Oh, for those of you hearing this, if you want to hear more about the thrilling adventures and heroics of Super City, come check out Heroes Don't Do Paperwork on the Podcover Network. All right, let's go.
Top five, top five, top five.
All right. Hello, potato freaks. We are back. We broke our back and our Hasselback farming more of the land. Angus, how you doing here? You know we have a
Good.
tractor right there and
Yeah.
you know, all the tools.
I prefer doing it with my hands and
Yeah,
playing cards.
we have gloves
Mon
too.
ami.
We have gloves.
No, I've got gloves. And they don't have all the fingers. Mon ami.
Okay. Why can't you be like our prized farmer Rich here who
Hey.
brought a utility belt to
Yeah.
farm these potatoes? It's a great utility belt, Rich.
Yeah.
And,
Where is Murph though?
I don't know. I've been trying to find her. That's why I'm stalling, honestly, because she keeps disappearing.
Oh, didn't I?
There you are. My
Ich
goodness.
ein potato farmer.
Ooh, that sounded German.
Hey, everyone. We are back. We're ready to rank some potato dishes. We have a tasty list of 12 here, and honestly, it's pretty fucking good. I just ate dinner not that long ago, and I am hungry again. And it's unfortunate because the last few handful of food episodes that we've done on Ranked, we've always tried to weasel our way into making it a samples episode, which that would be insane to do for this episode. Yeah, let me just make this entire meal just so you could sample it.
God, the smells in that room too. Just like
We'd be sweating.
Yeah.
Amazing. Let me read you the list of 12 we have. And we got shepherd's pie, home fries, potato chips, poutine, pierogies, mashed potatoes, fish and chips, gnocchi, potato leek soup, Hasselback potato, scalloped potatoes, and fish cakes. I had to pause there to get the approval. Scalped potato. Sorry.
Scalped? I thought it was scalloped.
It's scalloped.
Yeah, it's spelled wrong in the list, but it's okay.
Yeah, I know.
Scout.
Angus, before we continue, you had something you wanted to posit to the group. What was that?
I wanted to ask you guys. Okay, so I'm just going to go out and say it. Have any of you guys ever eaten potato raw?
Yes.
So that's one yes, one no. Tongue?
I probably have. I mean, I have a potato raw right in front of me. I could probably
Eat it like an apple.
Interesting.
Eat it. Take a bite.
take a bite.
Is it clean?
Take a bite of it.
It's not.
It's okay. Dirt's good for the immune system.
I'm gonna
Also
pass.
bad for the immune
Yeah,
system.
I'm gonna pass.
So
fair.
when I was a kid, I remember doing a project in science class that involved us hollowing out a potato and putting like oil in it or something. I can't remember, but we had a potato, pretty big potato, and I carved out the middle of it for my little science group, and I washed some of the potato that I carved out from the middle, and I ate it. And the reaction from my classmates was, I'm going to go ahead and say, a bit severe. It was pretty insane. And I didn't think anything of it. Because like when I was a kid, if I was walking through the kitchen and my mom was making potatoes, she was washing potatoes, making like she was going to make mashed potatoes or whatever, she would cut a piece of raw potato off and give it to me. And I would eat it and it would be good.
It's not like raw meat.
It's not the best way to eat a potato.
For sure.
But I also don't think it's something one should be mocked for. And I was just curious if anyone else had tried it.
I've eaten a raw potato. They're crunchy. But I also used to have that reaction a lot whenever I would eat a cucumber, because I used to eat just like a long English cucumber. You just take a bite out of it, and a lot of people were just like, "Oh my god," because it looks really gross.
I've never eaten a cucumber that way, but I don't think I would judge someone for that. Yeah. I'm gonna eat my next cucumber like that.
Also, you guys want another potato fact?
Of course.
The world's biggest potato you can now go and stay inside of.
Whoa.
You can go and live
How do
inside
they keep
the potato.
it?
You can go live inside Gary Busey?
Where is this?
And it's Boise, Idaho.
Of course.
Of course it's
And
Idaho.
it's like a little like Airbnb.
What do
You
they
just, like, go and
do?
stay
How do they make it?
They
like-
hollowed it out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and it's just good
out
forever.
of curiosity, out of curiosity, all that potato that they hollowed it out, what did they do with that?
I don't know.
They turn it to furniture.
Could someone
Don't
eat
let
it?
Angus
furniture?
stay there. He'll burrow
Damn it.
his way out with his
I'll make like a new window.
I have another potato question before we start ranking things. I'm curious, how
Okay.
often do you peel your potatoes? For myself,
ever.
I'm very lazy. Unless I really need to peel the potato for whatever reason, skin's on, baby.
Yeah,
golden potato. I keep the skin on unless I cut any little imperfections off. If it's one of those big white potatoes with the really thick skin, that I cut off.
Okay.
That I peel. Yeah.
Murph?
No. What about you, Murph?
I do not.
Okay.
I know a lot about
All right.
cooking.
You know a lot about
If you were to cook,
If I
what would
was
you do?
to cook,
Yeah.
it would depend.
Like if you were on the bear.
If
I
I was
haven't
on
seen
the
it.
bear,
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I
but
would
yeah.
have a panic attack in the corner, Angus. Watch the bear and picture. me in
I
that
want to. I
kitchen.
should watch the bear.
And then sleep with Jeremy Allen
God,
White.
of course.
I would have slept with him when he was on Shameless. Hello.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
watched a lot of Shameless. He was great on
So
that.
did I.
Okay.
Lip.
Yeah, I don't cook. It's one of like my ADHD walls that I come up against because my brain goes, it's so much effort and there's so many like there's not like a straight path through. There's so many options that I don't do it. I do a lot of baking, but I don't bake with potatoes. Unless I'm making a baked potato.
Interesting.
That's not on the list.
It's not on the list. No, it's not on the list.
I was gonna put it on the list, but
Honorable mentions.
I also have an honorable mention that has something to do with baking later.
Okay, we'll save it for honorable mentions. But hey, we got a list of 12 that we got to turn to 5. Angus, what we're going to do is we're going to star nominations for further consideration, and I want you to star one that isn't one of your own.
I'm going to star shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie is starred. Rich, star one that isn't one of your own.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes is starred. Murph.
I'm gonna say scalloped potatoes.
Okay. I'm going to star potato chips. And that gives us 4. Now, obviously, we can open it up some more. And I'm going to open it to the floor here. Is there any nominations here, including one of your own, that you really want to fight for or go to bat for?
Yes.
What is that?
Poutine.
Okay. Now, is it poutine or poutine?
Both are acceptable.
Because
I agree.
Ryan Gosling was in an interview with...
I think it's Ryan Gosling.
Oh. Sculpt.
Sculpt.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. He was on an interview where he was kind of not making fun because he's a very polite man, but he was just like correcting someone on how to say poutine. And I forget the way he said it because he's very Canadian. And I've always said
so
poutine.
Canadian.
I've
You
always
know
said
what?
poutine.
I think this is more of a me issue than an anyone else thing, but I don't love it when someone's speaking like no French, there's not an ounce of French in what they're saying, and then they'll get to poutine and they'll be like, oh yeah, I guess I'll just have the poutine. Could I have one large poutine, please? And they like really French that one word up. I find that insufferable. So I would say, just say poutine. Poutine.
It's fine.
Even
Whatever.
that was too French for me. No,
Dang.
thanks.
Okay.
Poutine.
Good
Wait,
to know.
and I do want to clarify. If someone speaks and they've got a lot of French accent, that's totally fine. I'm talking about the people, you know who you are.
If
You're putting
you're
it
a
on.
dirty English person,
Yeah,
have
you
a
know what
dirty
you are.
English accent.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is the one thing Murph and I can always bond on, our hate for the English.
Rich, is there any other nominations that you want to star that also can include one of your own? You don't have to star anything.
Like, I would love to go and make an argument for fish and chips. I don't think that it's gonna make it out, so I'm not gonna make that argument.
Listen, Rich, I'm gonna start because that's the whole point of making the argument. You know you're gonna lose it, but we'll hear ya. Angus, you were gonna say something?
It's tough because there's a couple more that I think really need to be in the conversation.
Tell me, what are those?
I gotta start home fries. Like a good. I know it's kind of basic, but like, damn, it really makes a breakfast work. Yeah. Wait, did you say I'm basic?
Yes.
Oh, that's fair.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
No, there's a lot of things wrong with it, actually.
Oh, okay,
I
I'm
would
sorry.
say.
Let's just
but,
try and-
but I'll bear it. Hey, that's me.
You'll the bear it?
I'll the bear it. Yeah, I will the bear it.
I have to start pierogies because I think
that's one of the other ones.
You know, I think, okay, so I'm going to read the ones that aren't starred, and then I think we can just start narrowing it down from there. Those ones are potato leek soup, Hasselback potato, gnocchi, and fish cakes. Are there any of those that need to be on this list? The only one that I don't feel strong enough, the potato leek soup that is just a soup, because it is a different form of potato that is kind of exciting, but I like these other potatoes more, if I'm really being honest.
yeah.
So
One of them kind of inspired you to pre and post break for some good ad-libbing.
yeah, that's true. And therefore, it should be number one.
No, I get it. Like starred. Like yeah. Like I also really like gnocchi even though I've never had it. It's like it's of all the ones nominated. I'm like kind of want to try that. I want to try making something good with it.
Gnocchi, and it's not exactly the same, but they're both dumplings. Pierogies, they occupy a similar space in my brain.
Okay,
you would make
fair.
a whole meal with gnocchi, like you know,
Sure.
put other stuff in it to make a whole like dish out of it, and pierogies are often on their own. But if we're specifically talking about its dumpling aspect of it all, then that's where their similarities.
Yeah, I guess I just
lie.
didn't think of them as dumplings.
Yes, Hasselback potatoes. I'm sorry, I keep thinking of David Hasselhoff. And,
Oh, really?
And
that's interesting.
I'm just picturing him holding a potato. So
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, totally. And for that reason,
reason.
not a hassle that we want back. Bye-bye. Yeah, no, look, we can get rid of Hasselback. We can
Knight
get rid of
Rider's
Hasselback.
not that good.
I wouldn't argue it's good at all. Okay, I hate to do this, but I feel like there's another one that maybe should go on. It should hit the road with the Hasselback, and that is fish cakes.
Oh yeah.
I won't fight that hard for it. That's fine.
Do you want to
Although
say
I
goodbye?
will say it's more potato dish than fish and chips.
Wow.
Potato's
because-
not even in the name,
But it is part
but I
of
guess a lot of these don't have potato in the
can't-
name.
It's not even a cake. It's not even a cake. Fish cakes. It's even more misleading than.
Wait, real
Fish and
quick,
chips.
Do they have frosting?
No, that would be disgusting.
Bye.
Yeah. What do you want to say about fish cakes, Murph? You want to send it off
The only thing I would say is like you can't make a fish cake without potatoes. And they will forever occupy a space in my heart right next to all the other Newfoundland food I consume.
Okay. Fish
Loses a bit of the
cakes.
grandeur when you realize everything on this list couldn't be made without potatoes, but I get what you mean.
I'd come to your house.
Please, come visit. You
Fish
can meet my
cakes,
kids.
Angus, you got anything? Fish cakes, more like
Fish cakes, more like you wish you were cakes. That's all I got.
Okay.
That's literally top of my head. Like they can't all be good.
they can't all be good. I had zero. I had nothing.
Sometimes
swim away and be a real cake.
Okay.
not
Fish
bad.
cakes, more like you're a fish flake.
Nice.
I think
Really
that's
probably
the best one. Yeah.
That's
We only got
Yeah.
better at it, where I said nothing.
Yeah.
And then we built. Okay, cool. So let me reread the list of starred nominations, and then we'll do locks. So first I'll read the stars, and then I'll read them again for locks. Shepherd's pie, pierogies, home fries, mashed potatoes, potato chips, fish and chips, scalloped potatoes, and poutine. Before I do locks, actually, let's talk about fish and chips, because we know it's not making it. But I want to hear what Rich has to say.
What's it? Yeah. Approach the bench.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say about fish and chips. I feel that like if you didn't have the potatoes, it's not like you can't like the battered fish by itself. If you ever had battered fish with like something different, it doesn't taste the same as fish and chips does. It's part of the dish.
I agree with that, actually.
And also like there's a different way of eating them than I would say like eating the potato like wedges than there is for like fries or something like that. Like it's like I really like it. Like, you know, you put some vinegar on it. Like, which I don't do with normal chips. I usually just put like ketchup on it. I'm putting a lot of salt on it. I'm putting a lot of vinegar on it. And I'm also putting some ketchup on it if I feel like it. But it's a little bit more of like the style of the fit. Like it's the more the style of the meal. The fish enhances the potatoes. Potatoes enhance the fish.
You know what?
Getting
He's not
from
wrong.
this- Yeah, what I'm getting from this is we talked about potatoes kind of being the star of the show in whatever meal you're making. What this feels like is fish and chips is like a two-hander, you know? It's like Heat, and you know, like, okay, the fish, that's Robert De Niro, and the chips are Al Pacino, and they bring out the best in each other. Is that what you're getting at?
So
Yeah, it's a buddy cop movie.
can I
So like Rush Hour.
bad.
It's Rush Hour.
Yeah, it's Rush Hour. That's better. Go ahead, Smurf.
But would you say like a burger and fries? Like fries are an equal part of the dish?
I think the argument that Rich is making is that fries in fish and chips as a pairing, they bring more to the party than burger and fries. Is that what
Like
you're getting at?
it's more like the fries that you would get with a burger are the same kind of fries that you would get like with like anything like I don't know, like a hot dog. If you were gonna get hot dog and fries, it's the same kind of fries, right?
No, I understand like the fries that you're talking about. They're like pub style fries. They're like they're
thick
chips.
cut, yeah.
Yeah, and like I feel that like I would say the burger and fries is also a potato dish, but I would say that like more that fish and chip because like you might get other things with like I also think that like with the fish, there's not so many ingredients on the fish, right? It's fish, tartar sauce, fries.
Yeah.
And so it's not like burger, your lettuce, your cheese, or whatever. It's like burger. It's fish, tartar sauce, fries. There's not that many like
Whatever
other
on
things.
my
When you order at the restaurant, it's a single menu item, fish and chips. That's what you're ordering. When you order a burger, they're going to ask you, do you want fries? Do you want salad? Do you want soup? But if you're going to go for a fish and chips, it's not like, do you want fish and soup? Fish and salad?
Can
Murph,
I ask
Murph,
what
did you have-
restaurants are you going to that they're asking you if you want soup?
What are you talking about?
You can
Oh,
get, like,
you can get that. You can get that.
Yeah.
What?
You go
That's
to a
not
sit-down restaurant.
absolutely. That's a thing.
Soup and a burger.
You could.
That is the meal of a psychopath, sir.
I agree.
I'm not getting soup in a
Good,
burger.
Murph. I'm glad we're on the same team again.
Good.
But I
have
feel
an ally in
that
this.
because of like we're looking at a bunch of different kinds of things here. I think that fish and chips is valid. Like I think that it is a potato dish, and I feel that it is enhanced by the potatoes being there.
So,
Rich is winning me over for his passion for this nomination.
I mean, I'm willing to be outvoted, but I would say like the thing that you're impressing more on is the pub style chip. So why not make the thing pub style chips?
Because then I
Instead
want it
of
with
fish and
then I want it
chips.
with the fish.
So the
Like
thing
if
I'm
I got pub style chip like fries or chips,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I really want this with the fish.
I'm
They're
willing to be-
inseparable. in my mind.
I don't agree, but I'm willing to be outvoted. And I'm
So-
also now thinking of the argument of like chips and salsa. You wouldn't just like have salsa and eat it with your hands. I
No.
hope so. Okay.
Speak for yourself.
I would have salsa
Just like
and
a
soup.
bear, just like in a jar of honey with salsa.
Yeah, the bear.
No, the thing, yes, the bear. Thank you, the titular bear.
Also,
okay.
once you're done eating the fish, if you have some left, you can always dip your fries in the tartar sauce.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really
I
good.
agree.
It is good.
That's
It
good.
is good.
Okay, let's come at this from a slightly different angle. I think Rich has made his point that this deserves to be one of the 12 nominations. I ask you, does it deserve to be one of the top 5?
Well, here we go. Let's do locks then. Because then we can figure out what we have wiggle room for even. Shepherd's pie, is that a lock or no lock? And the locks have to be unanimous. Team, what are you thinking here? It's a lock for me.
I think
it's a lock.
I think it's a lock, yeah.
Okay, let's lock shepherd's pie. Is pierogies a lock? I can see it, but we'll see.
It's not a lock yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Yeah, not a
No,
lock
not
yet.
yet.
But I like
We have-
pierogies.
Home
Yeah.
fries, lock or no lock?
Home fries is a lock for me. Is it a lock for anybody else?
It could be. It
could be.
It could
I'm going to
be.
say this.
Mm.
I'm not a breakfast guy. I am
Then you-
strictly not a breakfast guy. Like, I don't like breakfast.
Yeah.
Do you like
I-
brunch?
I'll
Ooh.
brunch.
But
But it's
they're-
like I just
Pretty
I'm
similar.
not. I'm
No,
not
you're
a
right.
big
No one
breakfast
eats home
food
fries
guy.
after brunch. Like no one's getting. Can I get home fries for dinner? I get
Yeah.
that. I get that.
It's like
Unless you're
I
eating
I
breakfast.
personally am just there's trauma.
Oh, no.
I have
Okay.
Oh,
about
no.
breakfast
Oh,
and
no.
just like I really didn't eat breakfast for a really long time until it became like a thing of like, oh, I'm getting like really hungry in the morning. I need to eat something, and now I make breakfast burritos that are actually like burritos, not no like egg or anything in them.
This is the thing. Because, we live in Canada and so breakfast is very specific. But you can have savory things for breakfast. They do it all over the world.
It's like when there used to be a Denny's in town, and and you could get like any of the meals anytime, and we would go there for breakfast. I would get a burger.
Lovely.
Interesting.
Wow.
Okay.
So I'm not a
Terribly
breakfast
valid.
food
That's
guy.
perfectly
Breakfast
valid.
is breakfast if you eat it at breakfast time.
I'm not a big fan of breakfast foods.
Very fair.
Got it.
This is
So
very-
that's a no lock on home fries.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll move
Okay.
on. I just saw this. You're gonna hate this.
What?
Is a thing about breakfast, and I have to say it because I want to say how stupid it is. The CEO of Kellogg's went on the news yesterday and went on the internet. It like blew up on the internet because he's like, see, cereal is a perfectly valid dinner food. See how much money you're saving by eating cereal for dinner.
Gross.
Low-income families should really
Oh.
consider. Yeah, and I was
Not
just
a
like,
good angle to take.
he's-
Buddy,
direct
no,
me
no.
a bowl of cereal is so much
Wow.
less expensive than a full dinner meal. So here are our brands of cereals that you can eat for dinner. And it's like, what
And then
the
be deficient in fucking everything.
Yeah, and have
You
your
can
teeth
fuck
fall out.
directly off.
Yeah,
Yes.
fuck that
If-
guy.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like you remember how like a while back there was like this big thing about like Soylents, like like those meal replacement
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
things, and it's just like, what happened to
Came
you,
right
and
after
why are you
kombucha.
sad?
No. Don't you come for kombucha.
Hey,
So
you stuck
the-
with it, but everyone else, it was a
So
fad.
the
I stopped
thing
doing it.
about Soylents is it's one of the many instances where it's a dietary thing that was used in a very specific, like, clinical setting
Yeah,
that then got co-opted by, like, health gurus.
yeah.
and
I
probably
mean-
ruined by said health gurus.
Correct.
I just
Oh,
I just remember
great.
like seeing it on TikTok or something like that where someone's like, I don't like this is like so that I don't have to eat anymore, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Well,
so you
that's
don't
an
like
eating
food.
disorder.
Yeah.
I'm reversing my aging by drinking Soylent made from the blood of my son.
Yeah.
That's
Or the guy
almost
who
a
drinks his
real.
own piss.
What? Okay,
Don't-
let's
You,
move.
I have a name. I have a name.
Mashed potatoes. Mashed potato.
Mashed potatoes is a
are
law.
Mashed potatoes
That's a
is a lock.
big lock.
Okay.
We all snap to attention there.
Potato chips. It can't not be a lock for me, but I would lock it. It's potato
would lock
chips.
it.
Well, how many locks are we at so far, though?
We have
Two.
two.
2. So this would be our third lock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. In my
I
head,
think it's a lock for me too. Shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll say it's a lot.
it's potato
Yeah.
chips. What are we
Potato-
talking about?
Potato
Patata
chips. I
chips.
love them. They're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Patata.
Patatas.
Here's the hot
Patata
take.
chips.
Here's the hot take. If I had to choose between potato chips and fries, it's potato chips.
Yeah.
Well, what's the context?
Like if I had to, if someone sat me down, it's like you can
Your
never have
wife is
any,
in danger.
you can never have any fries for the rest of your life, or you can never have any potato chips for the rest of your life.
If that was the ultimatum, I'd take French fries.
I would also take.
Even though I didn't
Yeah,
nominate them,
I
I'd
feel
easily
like-
take French
like-
fries.
I pick potato
But
chips.
for me, it's because I feel that like French fries are a bit more of like they kind of come with everything. So it'd be like it's very much like the fish and chips thing where it's just like, oh yeah, it comes with everything.
Sure.
I would eat French fries at a movie theater.
Sure.
I would
Ew.
also.
I guess I eat more potato chips in life than I do French
Yeah.
fries in
Fair
general.
enough. I know.
You
Yeah. That's
like I'm not like
also.
I have
snacking
a
on
craving
French
for
fries.
them.
Also,
more
it's
often.
crazy we didn't nominate French fries.
It is
right?
crazy. That's why. Anyways, is
Anyway,
potato chips a lot?
potato chips, I guess, is a lock, isn't
Okay.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Scalloped
Is poutine-
potatoes.
Oh, scalloped potato. No, not a lock.
Yeah, okay. And poutine.
I thought poutine was a lock, but I don't know
could-
if we can go into this with 4 locks. Are you kidding me?
We could, but
No,
we don't need
That's
to.
unheard of.
It's not unheard of. It's been
It's
done.
not?
It's been done. It's
You ever
been done.
lock 5 right away?
No, never.
Could have locked 5 with home fries.
I think poutine, for me, at least covers the French fries gap that we have on this list. And
Yeah.
that's where that
Okay.
comes from.
For this reason, okay, poutine is not a lock for me. I'm just going to go ahead and say that, but it's very close to being on the list. I just want to discuss a few of the other ones with it.
Yeah.
Okay? Really quick. I need to talk about home fries really quick with you guys.
Okay.
Okay? And there's an angle to this that we're not considering. The state of leftovers.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Leftover poutine, dog
Awful.
shit.
Awful.
Awful.
Why would
Leftover French fries, generally 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 10,
not great.
bad.
Yeah.
Leftover home fries, pretty good. Pretty good. You can toss them, warm them up in the oven.
Air fryer it?
Leftover home
I
leftover
am also
home
gonna.
fries.
However,
fucking
I'm gonna
work,
say
man.
this is that like I feel that like for a breakfast option,
Mhm.
if I was like if friends of mine were like, oh, we're gonna go to breakfast and you're coming with us, and I had to go to it over home fries, I would take hash browns.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Why?
I like them. I like them better.
Okay. Like the block ones or the shredded ones?
Those are both I do like the shredded ones because you can kind of like the ones they make at like Pancake House where you can put like whatever you want on top of them.
You can put, hey, buddy, I got news for you. You can put whatever you want on home fries too.
Yeah.
I also,
No,
I-
okay.
I'm with you. Well, with hash browns, they have that crisp to it.
Yeah, they
That's
have-
a
like-
different type of crisp than home fries does, and the crunch is a
Yeah.
little bit different too. I also like a hash brown.
I weighed hash browns and home fries in my head, and I ran the simulations, guys. I ran the simulations in my head. I was like Doctor Strange looking at all the possibilities. Hash browns are much easier to fuck up.
Yes.
We've all had a
I agree.
soggy
Yeah.
hash brown.
I agree.
It's like home fries are much more consistent.
I
Yes.
agree.
And you need consistency in this crazy world we live in. And god damn it, home fries is that is the consistency that we are given. You get
yeah.
home fries and you're relatively sure, except for that one place I had terrible home fries at, you are pretty sure it's going to be good.
So
It's
is
gonna be
this your
salty.
argument for home fries over poutine? Because right
This
now
is
we're
my argument that
for
home fries should be on the list.
Should be on the list. But we didn't land on anything with poutine, right? We're like on the maybe on like the
Poutine's
cusp.
just not locked.
It's on the cusp. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
For
what's
some
left
of
that
us.
isn't locked?
So
For
let me
some
tell
of
you
us, it's
what is locked. Here's the locks: shepherd's pie, mashed potatoes, and potato chips. The ones that are starred, ready for consideration: pierogies, home fries, fish and chips, scalloped potatoes, and poutine. I think we can get rid of scalloped potatoes at this point.
I agree.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I love you, Grandma.
We love you, Grandma. Good,
Yes.
say it, guys.
My
Say
Grandma
it.
Hilborn.
We love you,
Aw.
Grandma.
We love you, Grandma Hilborn,
Grandma Hilborn.
Grandma Hilborn?
Eleanor Hilborn.
Eleanor.
Oh,
I
wow.
love that
That's
name.
a great name.
That's a grandma
That is
name.
that's a really good name.
Yeah,
Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Okay.
So pierogies, home fries, fish and chips, and poutine. We need 2 of those out of the 4.
Home fries pierogies. Home fries pierogies.
I would go at least pierogies.
Well, okay. I'm
Okay.
extending an olive branch.
Yeah,
to
I know,
you
I
here.
know, I know, I know, I know. I'm just saying.
You're like, I'll take the part I want.
Yeah, he's like, me. No,
No, I also think I don't think fish and chips is going to make it. That's a
Wow.
me. I'm sorry,
you
buddy.
know, I
Wow.
Rich,
Not gonna-
Over poutine.
Rich, listen,
Over home
I was
fries?
with you,
Over
like in terms of
pierogies?
like, I'm finally with you in terms of why it belongs on this list or how it could possibly be nominated on this list. But when it comes down to the rest of what we have on this list, I don't think it's beating what we have left out of the 4. At least for me, anyways. I'm not sure about the rest of
you
it.
want us like I'm willing to concede fish and chips. Like I would say that like if I was at a pub, I feel that like this is my only argument. This is the only argument I'm going to make.
Make
is
it.
that if I was at like a pub, I think I would take it over a poutine because I think you can fuck up a poutine more than you can fuck up fish and chips.
I disagree.
Because
I get what you mean, I guess.
If the gravy makes the fries soggy, the poutine's not as good as if the fries are crispy.
Fish and chips is hard to fuck up.
If only
it's hard to fuck up.
there was a form of fry that was crispy and delicious.
Angus, be quiet. I disagree. I think you can get a really, really mediocre fish and chips at a lot lot of places.
I think it's mediocre. I don't think
on the mainland though. Are we still talking about on the mainland? Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. You can get mediocre fish and chips in Newfoundland. Don't worry about it.
Nani?
Because a lot of places don't think they have to put any flavor in their batter. So
are you saying people rest on their laurels? The laurels of it just being fish and chips? That's interesting.
Yeah. I think you can get a really, really, really I think you get more mediocre fish and chips than you get poutine.
Do they ever change what the fish is in other places? Yes. Always? Okay. Not always, but sometimes.
So it's usually a white fish.
What do you mean?
It's not. There's many different fishes out there, Angus.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
It's usually a white fish. It's usually like a cod or a halibut or a haddock.
Or a haddock.
Just for the halibut. That's
good one. That's really good.
It's fucking on the list with that. With that it is.
Yeah.
We appreciate a punny name.
Angus.
I'm bringing Hassel back.
Yeah, no, I'm willing to concede fish and chips. I'm willing to concede fish and chips. I think it's sixth in my mind.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, if it's not fifth, they're all sixth in a way.
Hey, it got nommed. It got nommed.
It's an honor to be nominated, as we always say.
and to be mentioned at the end of the episode. So,
okay, so fish and chips is leaving. Is that what we're saying?
Fish and chips, fish and dips. Because dip is slang for leave. Do you guys know that?
I did.
Yeah, I get it.
Do you guys know that?
I'm also young, Angus.
So,
do you guys know that?
So in my mind right now, maybe I'm missing one. Right now the list is shepherd's pie, potato chips, poutine, pierogies, mashed potatoes.
Here, I'll tell you. Shepherd's pie, mashed potatoes, potato chips are locks. The ones that aren't is pierogies, home fries, and poutine. So we need two of those.
I thought home fries are gone already.
No.
God, okay.
No. I am willing. Hear me out. Willing to lock home fries if we lock poutine.
Wow.
So what? Think about that for a second. What would that list look like?
Drop pierogies? That's crazy.
So it'd be shepherd's pie, potatoes, potato chips, mashed potatoes, home fries, and poutine.
Pretty good.
Now, Tuong, how would you feel if that poutine swapped with pierogies?
Interesting. It's tough.
Home fries.
It's tough.
So here,
it's tough because if I'm gonna be honest, I would take.
No, I know.
I would take those two over home fries.
I know you would.
But that's. I mean,
I know.
Here's a question for us all: home fries over shepherd's pie?
No.
I would do that, but home fries is probably my favorite way of having potatoes.
Here's a different question: is that
shepherd's pie complex?
Is shepherd's pie also kind of mashed potatoes? The top is mashed potatoes.
Oh,
but the juices that you get from the rest of the pie in the potatoes it elevates it to something else that's not just
Angus,
mashed potatoes.
If you are making this an argument after fish and chips,
no. So okay,
I can't have fish and chips, but somehow a potatoes.
So
and
think about
meat.
a shepherd's pie. At least the way I make it is kind of. Well, not really, I guess. I don't know. It's almost like a different version of a plate for a big I would have meat and vegetables and potatoes and gravy. You know what I mean? And then shepherd's pie is just that all rearranged together, in a different way. I understand maybe not having both on the list. And shepherd's pie for me, once again, is the line. Is shepherd's pie a potato dish? Is my favorite part of shepherd's pie the potato? No. When I think about shepherd's pie, and I know we locked it. It's not unprecedented to unlock something, but I know we locked it. But just for reference, when I'm excited to eat shepherd's pie, it's not oh man, the potatoes are gonna be so good. I'm I'm like, oh man, I hope the meat turned out good. I hope that gravy tastes good. The potatoes are nice, but they're not like the first thing I think about.
I think when you think about a shepherd's pie, like you don't think about it like that in separate parts. You don't think about
Don't tell
like,
me how I
yes.
think about pies.
Yeah.
Shut up, Angus. You don't think about it in like separate parts. You're not thinking like, yes, I'm eating mashed potato and then this meat with gravy. You are thinking, I
I'm
know
eating
that's
chicken.
Yeah, you're not eating it like you're not eating it like
you're
a
eating
like,
shepherd's pie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
it's like
thing.
a burrito.
Correct.
It's all part of the burrito.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
It's one thing. It's fused together as like a big Ultron type of thing.
I hate
It's a
this.
pizza.
I hate this, but is this a better list? And let's think about this. Let's think of outside ourselves for a minute.
Outside ourselves.
We get paid the big bucks to bring people the best possible list when they're listening to this shit.
Big potato.
So is it a better list?
Big
to
potato
have
people
shepherd's
out there.
pie? Oh yeah, big potato money, big. Okay, just think about this list for a second, in no particular order: shepherd's pie, pierogies, mashed potatoes, potato chips, and poutine. Is that a varied enough list for y'all?
Yeah. Because I think you have like then the greatness of like simplicity that a potato can be
With
plus,
mashed potatoes.
Yes.
I see what
Plus
you mean. I
like
see what
the
you mean.
other like the bigger picture.
The
potatoes.
layers that you
Now
can
close
get.
your eyes and think about the way I described home fries earlier.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And I didn't say shit about mashed potatoes. I just said mashed potatoes. And everyone's
Yeah,
like,
mashed potatoes.
yeah.
I know. Like, here's the thing: is that like,
Yeah, I know.
I don't even remember the last time I had home fries. I definitely
yeah,
remember
but
that I had
we ruled
mashed
you out. You don't eat
potatoes recently.
breakfast. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't eat breakfast. So
I thought that locks had to be unanimous.
No, I know. I know. Okay, so I guess home fries is home buys.
That's really good. And because of
Yeah,
that,
that's okay.
it's on the list again.
God, that sucks.
yeah,
That
you know
sucks,
what,
guys.
Angus?
The next time you guys eat home fries, you're gonna be like, "Fuck,
I'm probably
might
having it
never have
tomorrow.
home fries again.
I might have
I
it
know you
tomorrow. I'm
won't.
going for brunch tomorrow, so
Oh,
I'm probably
wait,
gonna
that
have
place
it.
that we went when I was
Yes.
down. Oh, that place was so fucking good.
I know. I'm probably gonna get.
We got like a little buzzed and ate sausages and hash browns. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, you had hash browns, did you?
Yeah. Did I say hash browns? I meant home fries. That's a very funny slip on my part.
All right. Sorry.
I use the words interchangeably.
Sorry, home fries.
Hey, it is what it is.
Shepherd's pie, mashed potatoes, potato. Wait, hang on. I'm sorry to open this up one more time. Just one more time. I swear it'll be the last time. But Angus, that was your number one is home fries?
Home fries, probably, yeah.
Shit. Well,
No, it's okay.
as long as the people at home know what Angus has sacrificed today. Yeah.
Hey, it happens.
And he
the
sacrificed it for you, listeners.
The people at home,
Yeah.
the people at home are listening. They're screaming at their iPod Nano, and they're like, "I know that home fries are the best." Truly, everyone who listens to this, everyone who is on
You're
it,
gonna get-
except for Rich, someday you will have home fries, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I was wrong."
I don't know.
And that's just my curse. People don't realize I'm speaking the
Angus
truth until
sacrificed a lot.
long after.
He's on the cross right now with two potatoes.
Yeah, I am. Thank you. Thank
two
you, yeah.
potatoes holding from himself.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Superstar.
Oh my God, his hair's so Jesus-y. All right.
Full of thorns.
When
I
they
am
eat
the
the
God
body of Angus, it's just home fries.
It's chips. It's just potato chips, or it's just home fries come out of my.
Okay, shepherd's pie, mashed potatoes, potato chips, poutine,
Pierogi.
pierogies. Yes.
Pierogies.
What is number 5?
Pierogies.
Poutine.
I agree.
Pierogies or poutine?
I would go in. I would go interchangeably with either of them. I think they're close in my head. I probably eat more pierogies now than I do poutine, but I guess I won't put up a big stink. You love poutine, right?
Yeah.
Murphs?
Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm willing to go
So
pierogies.
That's a
so
snack.
5 is pierogies.
As like a snack, like if I'm at a restaurant, I was having like something as a snack. I'd rather have poutine over pierogies.
Yeah, I don't usually have pierogies when I'm out. I usually make them at home. And not
Yeah.
from scratch, from the bags and stuff like that, the good ones.
Yeah.
Okay, then are we okay with poutine number 4?
Yes, I'm fine
Yeah.
with that.
Okay.
Maybe a controversial take.
Mm-hmm.
Potato chips number 3.
I would put
But then
potatoes
that leaves
higher.
mashed potatoes in either the 1 or 2 spot.
Yeah? What's wrong with
Oh,
that?
wait. I would say potato chips over shepherd's pie.
Oh,
No.
I don't know about that.
Oh, that's
So
tough.
hear me out. Potato chips number 3. Potato chips, to get a potato chip,
Mhm.
you take a potato and it goes through so much processing that you know what I mean? It just feels so far removed from the original.
I understand what you mean.
Do you get what I mean? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time articulating, and it's still good, but it's just so processed and I get it, and that's why
you can make your own potato chips at home. If
you can.
want.
I've made them in the air fryer before.
Totally, and I mean, I'm also counting the variety, the multitude of chips you can have, both weird and normal.
Pussy
top
chips,
top five. Exactly. And so that's why I think it fits great at number 3. It's like our center point. You know,
I pretty much agree with you, except for does it feel weird? I'm asking the group because I'm not sure how I feel yet. Does it feel weird that our top 2 are both mashed potatoes in a way?
Murph made it very clear that mashed potatoes and shepherd's pie are totally different, and you cannot draw a comparison between the 2.
To be honest, I do.
Whoa.
I know
is home fries coming back?
No. I know we're not there yet.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, what is this happening?
I thought for a second. I don't know. I can hope.
Sorry.
No. It's okay.
To be honest, I know we're not there yet. We're only at number 3, but I could make an argument that mashed potatoes, because of its boundless potential, is number 1.
I think so.
I would also say mashed potatoes is probably number 1.
Potato chips.
Kind of walk in.
3. Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie.
2. Shepherd's pie 2.
Just try it on for size. Pierogies. Poutine. Potato chips. Shepherd's pie. Mashed potatoes.
Mashed badatas.
How
does that feel, Rich?
How's that feel? What's the mouth feel like?
I will concede to the group, because I'm gonna say this is that, like, the only thing I'm gonna say is that, like, I feel like I have potato chips more than shepherd's pie, and that I'm okay with that. I'm not craving shepherd's pie as often as I'm craving potato chips.
I get what you mean. Your feelings are hurt.
They're valid.
And they're valid. Thank you, Murph. And they're valid. I just think that because there's a greater quality in your life. I don't think we can denote. We can't rule out quality, right? You know?
Okay. No. I'm fine with that. In my head, I'm also like saying that, like, in my head, I'm going shepherd's pie is also paired with fish and chips as something that, like, they're like the extra little buddy cop movie, because they're both
wagging
like
her finger
how about
furiously.
How about this? So shepherd's pie number 2.
I can do what I want.
That's true. It is your mind, and you can do what you want, but you're wrong.
Rich, you've got shepherd's pie number 2, and then 2 Jedi Force ghosts off on the side that are fish and chips.
Yeah,
and they're like looking at shepherd's pie.
Like,
and
nodding. They're like,
yes,
enhancing the flavor with meat.
Rich, to be fair with you, and I think I'm hearing exactly what you're saying. I think shepherd's pie is more flavorful, bite per bite. If we're talking about bites per minute, bites per second, you're throwing in your mouth. There's a lot of flavor explosions happening when you bite into a shepherd's pie. But I see the, like, grand, I don't know, potential that potato chips is just, it's never ending. There's potato chips for days, and that is something to be said as well. So in my head, I guess I could go either way, but I won't put up a stink either way. I see how a potato chips can be number 2. And I don't even know if the processing part of the argument that you said, Angus, really factors into
because you can't make them at home.
Yeah.
No, I know you can. I know you can.
And also, like, I feel like and then, like, we're looking at, like, and that's more like the processing. I would say that's more like a Lay's or something like that. But then you have a Miss Vicky's where it's like a little bit more
where Miss Vicky chops it herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about this. Close your eyes.
Miss Vicky has a pussy.
That's where the chips come from, Murph. No. Okay. It's a cold winter day. You're on the couch, wrapped in a blanket with a good book, maybe a cat in your lap or a dog. Yeah. There's a fire crackling in the background. Crackle, 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 crackle. And then ding, ding, your microwave. The timer you set on your microwave is done. That you go over to the oven. You open it up, and in there, the perfect crispy top layer of potatoes filling underneath. None of it has bubbled up through the surface. And maybe, I don't know, you've got like a piece of garlic bread on the side, Just such a...
Okay, can I
eat that? How does that make you feel?
Can I also make close your eyes?
Okay,
eyes are closed.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
It's a cold winter's night. You're snuggled up in your blanket. Okay, you hear the crackling of the fire, and then you also hear the crackling of just like you don't even have to get up. You don't even have to get up. You just pull it open. You don't need to sit down at like a fancy table or anything like that. It's an everyman's dish. And you pull it out and you into it, and it's the best flavor you've ever had because it's all dressed and they're good.
You lost me at that last part because that's not how it's like. But also, you know what? There is something to be said about a snack chip or a snack potato food because it's the only thing that's it's quickly accessible. Compared to like a shepherd's pie, you're putting your heart into it. You know, you're making it.
Absolutely.
You know,
actually, that makes me want to put shepherd's pie onto it. Yeah, let's put shepherd's pie as two.
Okay, but let me do mine. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Yeah. Okay. Cold winter's night. Cat. Whatever the fuck. You know, your crackle, whatever. You open a bag. It's crinkle. Yes. It's your favorite flavor, and it's pussy. How do you feel?
You're convincing me.
I like that.
Okay, number 1. All right, I think we have it. Number 5. I think we've all agreed, right?
I think
with this one.
Yeah.
Number 5. Pierogies. Number 4, poutine. Number 3, potato chips. Number 2, shepherd's pie. And number 1, mashed potatoes. We have to say a quick thing about mashed potatoes.
We're right. We did it again.
Yeah. So what do you want to say, Angus? What is the summary of
mashed potatoes? Okay. Amazing turkey dinner. Maybe you've got this nice turkey dinner. You've just finished your first plate. You're like, I could eat a little bit more. I'm going to go back and get something and grab another piece, a little bit of turkey. You're definitely grabbing another scoop of mashed potatoes. A little gravy on that.
Absolutely.
That's it, right?
It's just such a good side.
Yeah,
like
it's great.
It's just so complimentary to so many things. I made mashed potatoes today because it's also pretty fucking easy. I mean, everyone has their own way of doing it. And I have a very lazy way of doing it, but it tastes good for me. It works for my dish. I had chicken breast that I sous vide and mashed potatoes and vegetables. And it was just, it was great.
I've made soup or stew, and then I make mashed potatoes, and then I kind of layer the bottom of the bowl with mashed potatoes, and then put stew on top or curry.
Can I say,
yes, you
as
can.
someone who is sick like all the time and needs plain food a lot, mashed potatoes, excellent plain food.
Yeah,
amazing,
and excellent dressed up food.
And also reminds me of my grandfather because he was the first one that taught me how to like make like the little like divot with your fork into the mashed potatoes, and then you put the gravy into it. That's who taught that to me first.
That's true wisdom.
Just
Allegor.
It's my grandpa. His name was Al Rumbles.
Oh, that's even better.
That's amazing.
Great name. That's so good.
That's better.
Go for Alistair.
That's great.
Oh, Alistair Rumbles.
Good name.
That's my wrestler. If I become a wrestler, I'm going to become Alistair Rumbles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is also our improv team name. Let's do let's do honorable mentions here, Angus. How about you read the rest of your honorable mentions?
Yeah, the only ones I got on my thing were hash browns, which didn't really get. Obviously, French fries, which, like I said, could be a whole episode in of itself. I think there's a lot of really interesting types of fries, and I've got very strong I've got really strong opinions on it. And then lastly, this one I didn't quite cross the gap for me in terms of potatoes being the star of the show, but a family thing that I would make and that I've taken to making now with my own family is like a breakfast hash. So I take like frozen hash browns, chop up some peppers and onions, fry it in a pan, and then take like some leftover meat. Like if I barbecued something the night before, like sausages or chicken or steak or whatever, cut that up, fry that all up in the pan. Excellent. Once again, kind of a breakfasty brunch food, but works for dinner as well. But it's like hash browns and meat and vegetables. So
that sounds excellent.
And we called it hash, which confused some of my friends who thought I was talking about drugs. It's great.
So they came over to your house for drugs, but instead you gave them a meal?
Disappointed.
Oh, a meal. Oh, what a loser.
Raw potatoes.
Rich, do you have a bunch of honorable mentions you want to rapid fire?
Yeah. So first one is baked potatoes, which they're good. I would it's not like my top potatoes. So I was like, I also have a few things where it's like, this could be potatoes, but this also could be other things. Vodka.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently you can make potato flour.
Yep.
So like you can and then make it into like other into cakes and whatever.
Yep.
And I've had potato donuts and they're really, really good. the first Krispy Kreme donuts were originally potato donuts.
I would try that. I love donuts.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Top 5 donuts?
Is that all your
That's
honorable
already
mentions?
been one, hasn't it?
Nope.
Oh, has it?
Not
Might be.
yet.
Yeah.
It has not.
That's when we could do taste test.
I thought that
Rich?
there was a Leslie thing.
Rich, don't tell me what episodes have been made on this show. Murph, what do you have?
Literally the only one I had that didn't get mentioned was baked potatoes, because I love a baked potato. It's so good.
What do you guys put on your baked potatoes? Because I'm
Sour
really
cream.
plain, so like I never really make them because I just put up like salt and spices on them. But what do you
Salt,
guys do?
pepper, margarine, sour cream, chives,
Mm-hmm.
or
That's
green
good.
onion.
Yeah.
Some garlic. Yeah, I put garlic on that. Yeah.
I would sometimes like paprika and stuff like that, depending on how it's been created and made.
before-
Barbecue sauce would be really good.
Yeah. This wasn't on my list, but before we go, because we're talking about potato dishes,
Of course.
I want to talk about a very odd potato dish. It's an Acadian dish.
Like Gambit?
I mean, sort of, but not really.
Sorry.
That's okay. And it's called Roppy Pie. And this is what it is. You take potatoes and you squeeze all the juice out of them. And then you take the dehydrated potatoes and you I don't know how to explain it to you. You cook it. You bake it with bits of turkey. And it has the consistency of wallpaper paste, and I fucking hate it.
Oh, it's bad. Okay, got it.
No,
Because
it
it
is
sounded
bad.
good there for a
Yeah,
second.
you're building
So-
up as if it was going to be good.
I love
So
turkey.
it's like an Acadian dish, and my mother's family makes it, and we were trying to figure out why is part of the recipe that you get rid of the juice from all the potatoes, and we figured out that they were making vodka, and then they had all these dried potatoes left that they had to do something with, so they made this thing. It's really gross. Don't eat it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Potato
it
dishes you
doesn't
don't
look
want to
great.
eat. Yeah.
Oh, did you look it up, Angus?
Yeah.
It looks bad.
It looks unappetizing,
Okay.
but
It's not
just
good.
because something looks bad doesn't mean it tastes bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it's a good
A
sign.
dishonorable mention then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're going to do dishonorable mentions,
Yeah.
potato skins. I don't care for them.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, take them.
Yeah. I could eat them, but they don't excite me. Here are some honorable mentions that do excite me. I do like hash browns too. I fucking love a hash brown. We were almost there to nominate it, but I didn't do it. Potato croquettes. Anyone?
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yum.
Those are Angus. You know what they are? They look like
It's like egg on it. It's like potato with an egg
they
on it.
look
or
like
something like that.
balls. They're like balls loaded with
It's like a
bacon,
fancier tater tot, but usually there's cheese and stuff
cheese inside. So you
How do you get fancier than a tater tot? I just found out they were breaded.
chicken and potato soup. Have you had a chicken and potato soup? It's a soup.
I have had
Yeah,
chicken
chicken.
soup with potato in it.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's probably it.
That
Yep.
sounds good.
The last one I had, I did have tater tots. I will say that potato salad, it's meh. That's
Yeah, don't
I will
care
have
for
it
it.
at a
Okay.
party. I'll eat it.
Depends.
I'll eat it.
It depends.
I have to say, of all the things that we've talked about tonight, save for maybe the fish cakes. No, you know what? Fish cakes look better. Potato salad, as an outsider who's not eting that stuff, it looks horrendous and it smells horrendous, guys.
It
Get help.
really, Okay. It really depends on what you could have potato
Yeah.
salads vary in
Oh,
quality
yeah.
very
Wildly.
widely.
Yeah.
Just I just don't think a bad plate of hash browns ever sent a whole party of people home puking, and a bad potato salad could really fuck your week up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's true.
The last one I had, I've actually never had this, but I looked it up. Have you ever had a tartiflette?
No.
Tartiflette. Look it up. TARTIFLETTE. It looks like a casserole.
Oh,
It looks like a casserole.
Oh, that looks good.
It's a baked, actually, here's the description. Creamy baked casserole of potatoes, cream, cheese, bacon, and onions. Is French food. And yeah, it looks really good.
You don't say.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh my God, this one puts brie in the middle.
Good.
It looks good. All right. Well, that's all of our honorable mentions. Whoa. Hang on. What was that? What's this? Hang on. There's a signal in the distance here. Okay, a bird is flying this way with a letter. Let me just grab that. Oh, fuck, okay. Oh, I know this handwriting anywhere. Okay, I guess I'm gonna read this letter. I've never read this before. I really haven't. But here it is. I have a delivery notice from somebody who could have delivered me this mail. You're gonna soon find out and know exactly who it is instantly. The following message must be read in full with no stops. Failure to comply will be punished under death. From the desk of the mayor of Podcavern. Greetings, citizens of Ranked Nation. It is I, your mayor and beloved purveyor of all starchy tubers, Leslie Cherapy. It has come to my attention via secret spies I control that Tuong has decided to, without my express permission, to dedicate the latest episode of Ranked to Top 5 Potato Dishes. Not having me on this episode and all episodes is an act of censorship at the hands of the dastardly Tuong law. Wake up, folks. This is a blatant abuse of power to silence my opinions on delicious potato dishes and other topics. My favorite anime finishing move? Bulma getting mad. And they has like a angry emoji with like the swear words that are coming down.
Got you.
I could not in good conscience allow this list without the mention of Hungarian stacked potatoes, aka racket crumply, aka stacky peas. This is a dish comparison of potatoes, smoked sausage, boiled egg, sour cream or cottage cheese, and baked like lasagna with a shitload of cheese. This is the goddamn Cadillac of potato dishes. This fucking shit will fucking knock your fucking ass off, my dudes. It's the shit, like me, LC. Yours truly, the mayor. Thus ends Leslie's statement. Just to be clear, Leslie Cherapy's statement has ended, and I, Tuong La, am speaking under my own volition. Unlike previous times on the podcast where Leslie insisted I read the whole letter out loud before I could view it, this is me finally speaking my mind. Angus, Murph, Rich, I think Hollywood has been too harsh with Woody Allen. It's fucking Woody. Come on, give me a fucking break.
That's fucked.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I say next year we bring Woody back and we let him direct a Fast and Furious movie. No, not just direct. Star. That's right. Woody Allen tops the poster over Vinny Vin. And no, he ain't gonna be no bullshit ass new fucking character. No, we bring back Woody to reprise Paul Walker's character.
Oh, that's the most fucked up thing you've said so far. How dare you?
This is a weird thing to bring up in the potato podcast.
Yeah.
This will be huge at the box office. Major. We bring in Kanye to do the score
No.
and print that money. What do you think of my original idea, guys? Really good. Fucking good, right?
Pretty fucked up, Tuong.
I have two things to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
First one is hashtag Leslie no host. And also, Leslie, if you're listening, remember that like this is our opinions of the potatoes, and if you don't like this list of potatoes, you can go jump in a lake.
Whoa! I thought you were gonna say "fuck you" because
I'm not that crass.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not.
That's that.
I gotta enrich it.
That's
Leslie
Also, what?
likes to say "fuck you" to everyone in the audience when he's on, and like he actually really likes it when you say it to him. So feel free, anybody on this podcast, you don't have to, Rich, but if you want to say "fuck you" to Leslie, you're welcome to. But yes, all of those thoughts about Woody Allen and Kanye, all me. It's all me. Yeah.
I'm noticing the trend between the types of surprise messages Leslie gives my podcast and the surprise messages he gives your podcast.
This is why I don't run a podcast.
Also,
I feel like Leslie would just
Also, is our improv team called Racket Crumply? Because that's a pretty sweet name.
It is called Racket Crumply.
Okay, if you look at Racket Crumply, everyone look it up. RAKOTT.
I already looked it up.
Crumply. It looks good.
It looks really good.
It looks good. I was going to nominate it. So a little backstory. I asked Leslie, Angus and Leslie and I were playing video games. Leslie said he had a really good nomination. I said you could send it to one of us. I said, we're recording the podcast today. Leslie sent it to me. Maybe I'll even nominate it as part of my nominations and then give you a shout out. And then he gave me this letter instead. So,
Well, we saw, a bird just delivered it.
Which, he told me
starting to
specifically. I was not able to read it beforehand. So that was the first time I read it.
It's starting to sound like the mayor of Pod Cavern is really like dipping his toe into all the other podcasts and really trying to influence the way they are. And I really don't like that kind of corruption in government.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say about Leslie. It sounds like he is just upset that he was not included, which is a totally valid feeling. We all get upset about that. And the other thing I will say about Leslie is fuck you, Leslie.
Fuck you! And Stacky Peas look great, or Racket Crumplies. They really do look good. Hungarian
also,
layered potatoes. That's the short version.
And Racket Crumplies is also the name of our improv group, Leslie. And you're not.
You don't get to be on it.
No, sorry, buddy.
You're not even the coach.
Not even the coach.
Not even the coach.
Let's wrap things up here in a nice little tin foil layer that we can throw in the oven later. Angus, Rich, Murph, thank you for being on the podcast. Does any of you have anything to plug? This will come out sometime later. Probably not during OIF. I'm not sure.
If you liked listening to this podcast and hearing our goofy jokes, I do a podcast on the Pod Cavern Network called Heroes Don't Do Paperwork. It's an improvised interview show set in a city full of superheroes, and every member of this podcast has been on it before. So you should go out and seek out episodes that they've done particularly. They were all very funny. But it's a good time. Heroes Don't Do Paperwork, where all podcasts can be found.
Amazing. Rich, Murph, anything you want to plug for the people at home?
I don't think so. By this point, we're already done OIF.
How was the show?
It went great. I am part of this group called Messy Structure, and we do ballet improv, where it's
Very
a mixture
exciting.
of ballet and also improv. It's great. There's probably a Maestro coming up soon, so check out Maestro Ottawa for if you want to see competitive improv at its best.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's great. Rich produces a ton of stuff in Ottawa, so if you're a comedian or improviser or want to check some stuff out, check out Rich Hilborn's shit at richhilbornshit.com. You should probably get a website. And Murph, do you have anything going on these days?
I'm knitting a scarf.
Nice.
Who gets
I'll
it?
plug that.
Does one of us get it? Does the mayor get it?
No, sorry, it's for my nephew.
Okay.
My nephew just turned 6.
Wow.
Good plug.
His name's Declan. At Forest School last week, he told his Forest School teachers the entire story of Star Wars.
Nice.
From the start to Kylo Ren. And so...
All of it?
All of it.
Including the
Old
TV
Republic
shows?
stuff too.
Oh my God. And the books?
Yeah, he loved Andor. He keeps telling people Andor's actually really good.
It is.
And I also have 2 cats, George and Gil. That's what I've got going on.
How are George and Gil doing?
They're doing great.
Excellent.
Gil has been furious that the door to this room is closed. He's not inside.
Rightly so.
And they've been napping a lot.
Aw.
Great.
Well, that's fantastic, everyone. And for myself, you can find the rest of the shows in the Pod Cavern at www.podcavern.com. Check out all the shows in there. Rate, like, subscribe, review, all those things. But let's get out of here and bite into a raw potato, start our improv group, and do a movie with Woody Allen. We're not doing that. We're
The
not doing
X-Men.
that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My X-Men to me. See you later.